game, nothing is the same. Who am I to blame? Money made me change. Cardi in my ring when I'm switching lanes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Now I got $1 for all those rainy days. Ain't have a day off in like 80 days. I got hustles in like 80 ways. Kids if he won't take a lazy day. Wifey on me told me take a break. I keep going to the paper straight. Then it's trips out to Montego Bay. If I take the job, bet I get it done. I said it before, I'm a one-on-one. I just caught some ones, only wearing ones. Fornicate the funds, money made me calm. Diamonds on your neck, bet they on your neck. You want that watch, you better rock a tech. You want that chain, you better cop a vest. You want the check, but can you make it stretch? Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told ya I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault. I done doubled up on the workload.
The voice of Master Chief, Spartan 117. And you're tuned in to Next Podcast. Now, wake me when you need me.
Smooth. You're not smooth like you usually are when you come out of your mic.
Sir X-Man, no matter what I sound like, I will let you know I am always smooth. But yo, shout out to everybody in the chat. What is going on? Welcome
Lord help me.
to another Next Podcast. Guys, I am still with my HyperX Quadcast, and I'll let you guys know. When it comes to video, I think I'm pretty good. I know what I'm doing. When it comes to audio, I have absolutely no clue what I am doing. So I'm trying to fix the situation. Over the weekend, I am going to get another headset. I am going to get another headset. I don't know. Sir X-Man tells me I sound weird. You know, Pred tells me I'm sound.
Oh, I
sound
hear
fine.
you.
I sound fine.
It's just choppy. Right at
You're
at the end.
You're choppy. But
I'm always choppy.
What's going on?
I'm used to hearing bitches with their dick in their mouth. So I mean,
we
like,
are live.
Like...
And... Here we go. Smooth eggs. Shout out to Nizzle. What is going on, brother? Good to see you, guys. We have some things to talk about. Maybe some things to get off my chest because gaming Twitter has been absolutely insane this
Don't
past
pay attention
week.
to it.
Dude, Twitter's my entertainment when I'm working. So I
oh Lord,
yeah,
it should be the women at your job that's the entertainment.
I am in a private DM with a group of people. One of them being none other than J-Dub. So you can imagine the type of slander that I deal with on a daily basis. But yo, guys, sit back, relax, get ready, because we are getting into it. We are going to start with the intros, and I'm going to start with this man. Again, just to let you know, he did the motion capture for one of the very first characters, one of the very first side scrollers out there, which is it is Pitfall, one of my favorite games. So it is always a privilege to have him here. Of course, it is Sir X-Man. Sir X-Man, what is up, bro?
Just like K Mega and Pred, I still didn't get paid for it. But what's up?
We don't talk
Hello.
about that, bro.
Let's go. Let's have fun. Preach the truth. Let's get it. I'm done.
Let's go. All right, brother. Next on the list, coming from the Lone Star State, and again, he is a certain superstar in another kind of like premium content channel, but he is an exclusive here every Thursday on YouTube. It is Predator. Predator, what is up, bro?
Not much. That's not the sound about I was expecting, but hey, I'll take it.
I knew I was doing something different.
Yeah, man. I mean, good to be here. I mean, another week. No Dark this week. He's looking at my content right now, so I love him.
Getting that money, so I
getting that money, getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. But we'll get some topics in here, and we'll throw some dark slander in here. And
it's gonna be there somewhere. It's gonna be there somewhere. He gave my topics a thumbs down as well in the DM, and I think it's the Forza discussion that he probably did that, but we'll get into it. But next on the list, coming live from the 405, and yeah, guys, you should be used to it by now because he has been here from the beginning. My brother, K Mega. K Mega, what is up, bro?
The thing goes skitty kid and the boom 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 boom.
Okay, all right. The car's here. Let's hurry up. Let's get this damn show over with so I get back on the car. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I'm out. Let's go.
Dude, I knew this was gonna be crack. That game was gonna be absolute crack for K Mega, and
I'm in trouble.
He's like, what?
Trouble.
What other games? What other game? I don't know.
What other games? What? Huh?
Well, I will say shout out to Crispy. He was here before. He's not here now. I don't know. He might come back. We'll see what happens. But
we miss you, Crispy.
Aww. But let's start light, okay? You heard K Mega talking about a certain game. Mega, tell people the game that you're talking about, like what it is, and let us know your experience with it so far. Because is it in Game Pass? I believe it's in Game Pass, right?
Yes. It is Nakara Blade Point. It is a battle royale fighter. It is very, very unique. And as somebody who doesn't like battle royale, I have to say what Halo did with their little style of their BR, I dug that, but you mix fighting, I guess, with anything, and I guess with BR, this is the perfect marriage for me, because this is all I've been playing. I mean, I was playing the demo, or I should say demo. Well, I guess it was because it was called a demo, but it was the beta last week, and now the game is officially out. And man, that's all I've been playing all day today. That's it. Haven't been able to do shit. You know what I'm saying? My wife came in, I told her I loved her, and she kissed me on the cheek, and I'm like, all right, get the hell out of here. Let's go. I got to get back to some people now.
I love you. Now I'm going to completely ignore you.
I'm done. Anyway, but yeah, no. Okay, so this game is basically it's up to 60 players that can play. It's got different modes. It eventually will have a story mode added to it. It's a game that came out about a year and a half, 2 years ago, on PC, and it was the beta, and that's when I first got introduced to the game, played it. The controls back then were awful for controller. It was mostly just pretty much built as a as a MMO type of game that was for it was PC eccentric. And then I went back and tried to play it again. Visually, it didn't look all that great. And then the controls did get better, but it just felt like there was something still missing, and so I never went back. I was always saying that I was going to go back because I seen the some of the drops that they've had, like if you own the game or whatever, that they'll show like different type of cosmetics and things like that. And I'm always like, man, they really came up. And so now fast forward, look, and it's on Xbox Series X and Series S. To play this game, the controls are fantastic. It's fast moving. It's kind of not like a real slow. There's one mode where it's just one. It's everybody against everybody. 60 old school BR. You find loot. You try to get your weapons. You try to find your weapons. There also are ranged weapons. I mean, there's a little angle of how to aim with them because you can't like aim down on anybody, but there's a pistol, there's kind of like a rifle, musket like gun, and then there's this cannon. And the more that when you're in range and you see a whole bunch of people fighting against each other, you can kind of throw in kind of chip damage them and things like that. But it's mostly a melee fest.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I thought it was fighting melee, so to hear like these weapons and stuff like that, kind of, I don't necessarily like the idea of that, man.
Oh no, it flows perfect because it's not like for instance, let's just say that there's this cannon, right? The cannon can only shoot so far, but you can use that, and if somebody jumps on your ass, you're going to be in trouble. Like, they're ranged weapons. If you're far away, you got enough of mobility and within the game to where you can avoid getting shot. It's just that if somebody is hiding somewhere and trying to ambush, and let's say that you was just running, you was coming out of a battle and you was hiding, and if somebody just aims and can't aim pretty much like with the left trigger, but if they just can shoot you, and they can take you out that way, but it doesn't take off as much damage as if you were doing melee attacks. And if you are getting caught in a position where your enemy is on top of you with their melee weapon, it doesn't matter because there's swords, there's double swords, there's a great sword, there's some different array, nunchucks, all different types of things like that. And so if you jump on somebody's ass, you can't shoot them and just get out and escape. You're going to have to run or you're going to die. And that's just basically it. But there's other modes within it as well. Like, there's this kind of like this just free for all. You get into a little area and everybody fights it out and you can respawn. That's a really cool mode. There's for people who are novices, just try to, get a feel of the game. You could play with bots and you could change that to from being very easy to very, very difficult. I have not played that mode, but I was just talking with somebody before we started the show, and they tried it to get their practice, and they were saying like the bots is even more enhanced than human players, and so that's something to do. And then also, like I said, there's going to be a story mode. The story mode is not implemented yet, but it will come. And this game has some of the best character models you ever want to see. Like, it's nuts how and this is how they're going to make their money, because if you play this game and you can get into it in any way, shape, or form, you're going to be on this game and you're going to go ahead and be like, man, I'm just going to risk it all. I'm just going ahead and pay this little $1.99 or a little $10, and I'm going to go ahead. I got to get this drip because and then you can customize the characters to your likeness to any way you see fit. Like, there's a camera mode that you could do from your PC, and it'll scan your face, and it'll put your face on that character of whatever character that you like the most. I think it's about up to maybe 14, 15. In the game. Yeah. It's up to 14, 15 characters right now. A lot of variety. They got special moves, ultimate moves. Then the combat is so fluid, and then you gotta, and people like the grappling hook. Grappling hooks are in. And so just thinking around, jumping around mountains and trees and buildings and using grappling hooks, or even you can grapple hook somebody and then just come in with a combo attack. It's really a fluid, fun, just different type of game, if that's something that you think that you can jump into. I really enjoy it. I enjoy the hell out of it.
That's interesting. I mean, I was kind of hyped for it to come out on Game Pass and try it just because of the unique, kind of like the unique flavor of it. You know, battle royale, but mostly dealing with melee weapons and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Before
you can run squads too, though, right? Can't make it.
I was just gonna say that. Me game down sites and Trash. I think that's how you say his name. We were just playing for about maybe 3.5 hours, and before that, Ham Solo and Vaughn was in here with Yobi and IROC, and we was in there, and we was all in there just enjoying playing the game together earlier today. So, like, I mean, yeah, you could do single, you could do doubles, and you could do trio. So if you can get, like, let's just say, for instance, all your friends together to just go into this one mode called Bloodbath, where everybody just fights and they can respawn. It's about who gets the most kills is the winner. And so let's just say that you get squads of 3 and you
death
get
match.
other people to yeah, pretty much, and you get all the people together that you can, and then y'all kind of just try to get into the same spot and just have a melee fest. That would be just crazy. I mean, the game just got so much potential, and it's still growing, which is also impressive with the game as well.
Nice.
So.
I do have a couple super chats. Yo, first off, shout out to Elemental Pio, brother. It is good to see you in here. Supporting us with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. Definitely appreciate the support. He says, saying hi and supporting the one, the only 448. Yo, thank you, brother. Definitely appreciate that. And shout out to Dragonheart Yobi. I don't, Mega, do you have the chat up? Do you want to read that? That one's to you, bro. So I don't know if you.
Repeat after me, Mega. Naraka. Okay, Naraka. I say Naraka. Thank you. Like how? Okay. Yeah, Naraka. Let me be country.
I mean, some of the things you've mispronounced are a lot more major than just the A net that's next to the R. Yeah, I would
thought that word was called.
That's that country talking right there.
I thought that word was called.
Let me be country.
Let me be country, man. Let me be, I mean, Oklahoma only get, I went to college, but yeah, the education system over here in Oklahoma ain't all that great. So, I mean, shit, let me get it. You know what I'm saying? At least you can understand what I'm saying. That's all that matters. At least I'm not like, all right, now we going to get there. Well, there's a game out here and when there's this thing right here. That right here, that thing about that boy right there, just jump right there with that little that pointy thing and just hurts you. I mean, so no, you don't hear me talking like that.
Guys,
so
I need an audio clip of that because that's the first time in the history of this show that K Mega went so far to the left.
I could go backwoods Oklahoman on you. I definitely can. I definitely can. So, but I refuse to.
Nice. Now, the rest of the panel, guys, have you tried this game out at all? What's going on here? Sir X-Man?
I did play the demo on PC, but I wasn't feeling it on PC. To be honest with you, I just, like K Mega said, like early on, the controls were ass.
Garbage.
Yeah, and that right there turned me off. And that's one of the downsides of playing the game early. Like you get the early build, so and sometimes mentally playing those early builds like that kind of fucks you up from wanting to play the later builds because you remember what you played before. And I love, that Microsoft does like I look back at Sea of Thieves and Grounded. Like those games play like shit to me. There wasn't a lot going on. And they could be better now, but my mentality of it kind of resorts back to what I played. Even like, you play some of these early demos and early access demos, you play some of these betas and stuff like that. Like you remember that. You remember where it was at and where it's supposed to be. And it's like you get turned off from that shit if you do it enough, like you play enough of those betas. Like the Battlefields. Like I know I was gonna like Battlefield when I played it, but like the beta, would turn you off. Some of the early builds of it, like Fable Legends. Some of those early builds of Fable Legends make you be like, ooh, So like, when I played this game, that early build was kind of like that. I was like, this isn't fun for me. And now I look at it and I see what it's become. And I'm like, okay, maybe this could be a decent game to play. Like, if you ever played Fortnite in the beginning, when they were in the early phase, you might not have liked it, and I didn't, and it blew up. So it's like it's hit or miss sometimes. Like it could swing in their favor, and it could swing in their demise. So with this game, I haven't gone back to it since I played it in the early stages, and I didn't enjoy it. But after watching K Mega play it, I might jump back into it to kind of see what the difference is now and what the updates they made. And that's one of the important things of when you're in a beta, like you have to go in there and say, hey, this is wrong. This doesn't work. This is right. Like, because it makes the game better. And a lot of people don't do that shit. They just play it because they want to be the first people to play the game. But like, if you're
Alpha
not giving
builds go worse.
yeah, if you're not actually giving them positive impact input on it when you play it, the game's going to continue to suck. So like they're going to think everything's right. Like, oh, you got this pacing down, and it's not necessarily the case. You have to be completely honest. I'm not saying that your one voice is going to do anything, but if they get enough people saying the same thing, they're going to be like, okay, we need to change this. And we've seen that over time throughout our history as Xbox gamers. We've seen that when we voice our opinion about something that's fucked up, they typically change it. But if it's onesie twosies, they're like, whatever, this is one guy. So if you're in those betas, you're in those early accesses and whatever, like do your job. If the game sucks, be honest and say, hey, I don't like this, I don't like that. And I think in this term of this game, even K Mega said it, he's loving the game now, but like in the early phase of this game, it was not fun. I didn't enjoy it at all. And after seeing other people play it and hearing K Mega's and seeing his videos and stuff like that he's posted out there, it makes the game a lot more interesting to me to try again, because I had given up on it. Like, to be honest with you, I played it for a couple of hours. I almost put some footage up there one time. Like, this shit sucks. I couldn't figure shit out. It was broken. But after I see other people play it now and I see the game's coming to a final state, it looks a lot better than what I played. So do your job as gamers. If you invited those betas and those early accesses and they send that survey out, do it. It's going to help make the game better. But I've not played the newest build of it that's out now on Xbox. But again, I played the earlier ones and it was like, ugh. So like, it's good to see that they either listen to the gamers out there that were playing it, or maybe they had a better game plan in place than what we thought the people who are in the initial stages are playing on PC. And it kind of, and they have a lot of players playing this game right now. I think they're like at 3 million or some shit like that.
10 million.
10 million.
10 million.
Yeah,
Yep.
There's a lot of people playing it, so it's not like it's a shitty game. So there's people that are actually enjoying the game. So I mean, like, if it's in Game Pass, give it a try. It's free for you guys to subscribe to it. So give it a chance. I mean, I'm gonna probably download it here this weekend and get into it this weekend. But after watching K Mega's gameplay, it looks like it could be a legit, what's K Mega? What's that game that you were fucking hyping for earlier? On Xbox?
Bleeding Edge.
Bleeding Edge. Like, it could be like a Bleeding Edge type brawler, to some degree, but better.
But just has a lot more content. Yeah,
a lot more content. Yeah. So it could be what Bleeding Edge should.
And a lot more people playing it.
Yeah, exactly. So give it a try. It's in Game Pass. You can't go wrong if you got Game Pass. Subscribe to it. So take a couple of hours and download it, and play a couple of rounds and see if it's something for you. So
yeah,
nice, bro.
And it has a tutorial as well. So
real quick, shout out to Sir X-Man, who he's right here on the panel, but he's also a member of this channel.
Sir Sexman
for 2 months. He says, I have been here 2 months and I'm on the show. What is wrong with me? Hit that like and share, everyone. Let's go. That is right, brother. And shout out to the chat. Yo, I see 2-man in here. Our brother Fahim Scott is in here. What is up, Fahim? Of course, I saw Lethal Papa.
I just about to say that. The mighty Lethal Papa in here.
It is always good to see Lethal in here. But yeah, so Sir X-Man, have you played this game yet, or
Downloaded it. I haven't had time yet, but I got to download it. I'm not working this weekend, so I'm gonna give
neither
it a
am I.
shot.
Neither am I. I am.
I'm not playing no golf because last time you said you were gonna play, you disappointed me. I'm playing
Oh,
some new
I
shit.
will let you know I am back on point with it. By the way, like I have
Oh,
adjusted my swing, and it's like
whatever.
Tiger's Return, but just good,
What? I've got so many other games to play now, dude. This is my catch up
dude.
and sample game weekend.
You know, it's funny. It's really it's definitely a different time out there, like as a gamer, because we're looking at things, especially on Xbox. Like
Got a lot of games in these streets, man, on
there's a lot of
Xbox.
games, not necessarily the games that you know, people just recognize the name right off the bat or anything like that. Like just for instance, Fall Guys came out, and I want to hear
I
you
saw
guys.
that. I want to play it. It looks so cool.
Dude, you
I
haven't
saw
played it
that.
yet. You
Dude, I
haven't.
haven't had time to play anything,
Oh, bro,
remember?
I did buy. I bought the. I guess you can call it Battle Pass or whatnot. It had the best Assassin's Creed outfit, the best character out of
I
the
don't care
entire
about
Assassin's Creed
outfit.
franchise. It
Can you
had
use the ninja on the other Fall Guys?
it had
Ninja stuff?
Ezio Auditore. They had his outfit, and I was like, man, that's it right there. Like the season pass, like $8.
You know they got a Master Chief one, right?
Dude, I was looking for that. Like, it's not in the season
Because I
pass.
saw it in the trailers. I saw it in the trailers.
Yeah, it's not in the season pass. I think it's one of those that where you would buy separately.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do have a store there. They do have different outfits, different accessories and stuff. You know, they have a section that's daily, that it refreshes daily, and of course a section that refreshes weekly, and I think the other one is monthly. And I'm looking for it's. I know Master Chief, but the one I'm actually more excited about when it comes to like the outfit, they have a Halo Grunt.
Really?
Yes, they have a Halo Grunt outfit as well, and that right there, that would be what I hook up.
I heard you can also squat up in there too.
Yes,
From what I've seen.
you could do duos. You could do you could go solo, duos, or squads. Squad is up to 4 players.
I think this game is going to be really successful on Xbox.
I played a lot of solos and I haven't won yet, and I've seen
You
so.
came in 16th though.
I've seen so many people like say just got in and won and stuff like that, and it makes me wonder if they were playing in like squads, because you don't even have to have like anybody in a party or anything like that to go squads or to go duos, and they kind of like pair you up with somebody. But I was doing a lot of solos, so I still have yet to get my first win. But dude, it is a lot of fun. The servers are a little sketchy right now because they did go free to play across multiple platforms. So you have Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, PC, and I'm not sure about mobile. I'm not sure about that. I got to look into that, see if it's mobile as well. But so you haven't
Probably
played.
works with that. It probably works with that Steam Deck too.
Well, yeah, that would be PC. Let's be real. That's all the Steam Deck is. It's a handheld PC. All right. So yeah, definitely on there. I don't know.
But I have that game downloaded that K Mega was playing, and it looks like fun. It's the kind of game that I would actually play. I like games like that. So
you say
I don't know why you don't like games like that, but
what are you talking
they're
about? I said I'm
adventure.
going to play that.
No, you said, but you normally don't like games like that with swords and things.
That's not true. One of my favorite. Oh man, when people asking favorite series, I forgot to put down Ninja Gaiden. That's absolutely one of my favorite gaming series right there. But yeah, no, dude, I like swords and stuff, man. Kung Fu Chaos, Ninja Gaiden. I'm down with all that stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give it a try this weekend. I'll play it for about an hour or two. I want to get the mechanics down first, so I'll probably do a tutorial like K Mega said they have in the game.
Oh, with the
just
bots.
To get a feel.
You just want to beat up bots, man. That's all you want to do.
That's the case, then I just play you in a game. Oh,
Oh, listen to this blasphemy right here.
Ready the Armada. The old ways.
You're right about the old ways, bro.
But nah, there's a lot of games I need to try. When you're ready to talk about that hell whatever game that was, we was checking out. Let me know.
All right, we'll get into that.
Well,
Well,
we can talk about that.
I want to touch on Fall Guys with the rest of the crew. K Mega, have you played Fall Guys yet?
No,
No.
never been interested in it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it would be a game that I would download to play with people.
Like the
but
misses or something like that is something little
yeah,
she
or
could
like
get
if
into.
it's just if it's a community night or something like that, like like, hey Mega, come on, what I'm saying, and be a part of whatever. And I'm down for I'm down for anything. So I'll play it, but it just isn't going to be one of those games that I feel that it's gonna resonate with me. But I have not played it though, so I couldn't tell you that it's a game that I feel that it was bad or anything. You know how I am about that. I don't ever say anything like that. But it just isn't something that looks appealing, I should say, for from what I'm normal to what I normally like to play. But yeah, no, I would give it a shot, but I just haven't played it yet.
I got you, dude. When you do give it a shot, I gotta be there. I gotta hear you because
Okay.
dude, it is crazy. Now, Pred.
Well, you are off this weekend, so
Yes, I am. Predator, I know. I've had gameplay from you with Fall Guys, dude. What do you think? I know you have played this game. I think at one point in time you were enjoying it. So I gotta ask you, like, what do you think about the game, and what do you think about now? They're going free to play here, and basically it's on just about every platform. Man, did you download it? Have you tried it on Xbox at all?
I've not played it on Xbox, but I mean, I already played it on PC, so like nothing's changing. Like they've done some updates to the game, so I mean, I give them props for that. But I mean, I got my feel of the game already. Well, I tried to get it. I haven't downloaded Xbox. Game, I tried to get.
Am I wrong with that? You were kind of hooked on it for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was actually kind of addicting. It was fun. But as I moved on to other games, I think Assassin's Creed came out a little bit after that. And I kind of just moved on from Fall Guys, and I mean, it's a cute game. It's something you can easily jump into and play. But is it something you're gonna do? Like this is one of those games, like a Steam Deck type game, like jump into it, play a couple rounds, get the fuck out of it, and move on to something else. Like it's not something you're gonna sit here and play for like hours on end. But like you want, like, it's one of those party games you play with your kids. That's what I look at it as. Like it's fun. It's something to get everyone interested in, and people who really aren't real hardcore gamers will enjoy. But like as a hardcore gamer, it's fun for a little bit, but you're gonna move on to something else really quick.
Like you have family visit, Fred, and they got a bunch of little kids. Yeah,
it's something to jump into just to keep people entertained, and that's there's nothing wrong with that space. But I played it for about a month or two, kind of in between podcasts. You know what I'm saying? So. And it was fun for what it started, but like now that's on Xbox, it's like I've already done it, so like it's a little late in the game for people like myself who already played it. For people who never touched it before, I mean, I would highly recommend playing it. But
there's achievements now.
Yeah, it's just it's not something that I think that most people are going to enjoy. It's a fun game. I mean. But it's not something I think people are gonna like. If you got a backlog, you're gonna tackle that first. But if you just want to jump into something to, kill about 30 minutes for work, this is a great game for that.
It's funny because like it's the game that I've been thinking about while we're on the show. Like for when I get off the show.
I used to play it when we were doing a podcast back in the day. I would play that while we were doing a podcast. So, like I said, it's an easy game to jump into. There's not a lot going on in the background. You're not talking to people. You're just doing your own thing, and it's an easy game to jump into. It's like Angry Birds, but You know, like
but better.
but better. It's the same but different. You know, so like it's like
Do
Angry
people
Birds
really still
on
play
a
Angry
multiplayer,
Birds?
and because Angry Birds was phenomenal for a while. So in this game, and what's the other one? Last of Us, not Last of Us, but
Oh,
Among Us. You know,
Among
like
Us, yeah, that was, and they have an Among
yeah,
Us outfit for your character
yeah.
in Fall Guys
And the
right now.
game, like the gameplay doesn't change much. It's just like the outfits you get. It makes it, you know, um, makes it fun. Like, oh, I'm gonna unlock this new outfit type deal. But like the gameplay doesn't change that often. Like it's like the same game. Oh, it's like PUBG but simpler. You know, so like
Yeah, for real.
like you're doing the same fucking thing every single fucking time, playing the same fucking maps. You're just trying to win and be the winner of everything. And so it's like 1 versus 100, but like after the fact. But I
Dude,
mean, if you
I was gonna
go
say,
ahead,
Brad.
say it.
You know what it is, man. When it comes down to it, like it's a real simple game, but they make it easy for you to jump in and jump back in and jump back
Yeah,
in, and they make it easy
yeah.
for you to see what you won and equip it and still jump
It,
back in. Like they just make it.
well, it's just so easy and simple. It's so simplistic that it's
It's
fun.
like how people feel about Call of Duty, something you can quickly jump into, get your little fix, and come back out.
Well, there's a competition level involved in this game too. Like you want to win, you want to make it to the
Mhm.
next round, and the next round, and so like that makes it appealing. And even people who don't game, this is what the simplistic part of it is. People who don't game can still play this game.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
not that difficult where they got to mash buttons and little combos and like you just
Like
jump
Ninja
and run.
Turtles.
Yeah, you just jump and run. Like you
Hold on,
avoid
hold on. Holy
objects.
crap, Elusive Gamer, you've been playing Among Us daily since January, bro.
Wow.
You are my brother, man, and I didn't even know that about you, man. We're getting deep insights into the people in the chat right now, dude. I don't.
So does that mean you still play Angry Birds?
What's up? Sir
Like,
X-Man's
no,
not going to get rid of the
I've
Angry
moved on.
Birds.
No.
But I mean, like this game is it's simple. It's easy to jump into, and if you're not like a huge hardcore gamer and you're trying to learn how to play on a controller, this is easy. This is very easy for
It's
you.
good
Like,
for little kids. It's really
yeah,
good
and
for
it's
little
good for
kids.
kids. Like it's like I said, it's something. It's a Steam Deck Game Boy game. Like you jump in it. It's a phone game. It's so simple. It's easy for people to get grasped onto and understand mechanics of using a mouse, a controller with thumbsticks. You know, the jump button, the D pad. You know, like, and if you're just a brand new gamer, this is a perfect game for you.
I think that's why it got so popular because it's so
Hmm.
G rated, man.
It's so easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I am absolutely digging the game. I like it. Like I said, I bought the battle pass, so I'm gonna see the battle pass through to level 100 and see what happens. Right now, I know I got the Ezio outfit, but that's not what my I guess they call him Bean. Like that's what not what my
Could
little
have gave
Bean
that
is
outfit to
dressed
K
as.
Mega.
I
Yeah.
am a dragon's ass right now. That is my character outfit. Literally
Wait a
the
minute.
back end of a dragon.
How are you a dragon ass?
I am. You got to check it out in the game. But yeah, I am a dragon's ass right now.
I don't want to know.
Well, speaking of don't want to know, or maybe some people don't know, there's a little thing going on Xbox right now that I really, really feel people need to check out. I dare I say, I feel this is going to be an annual thing because it happened last year, you know, around E3 time or whatnot, or maybe it happened around like the last E3, but Idea Xbox have come out with a series of demos for upcoming indie games, and they put it in the actual demo section, game section of the Xbox store. And I gotta say, man, there are a couple bangers in there, and I don't usually use that word, but there are a couple games that I am absolutely surprised about. One of them, which is probably I would say is probably like the the gem in the crown for me is a game called Severed Steel. And basically what this game is, it deals with a lot of bullet time. It's a first-person shooter. Deals with, you get a lot of bullet time to mess with. You can slide, you can dive through windows, and it really reminds me of the game Ghost Runner, where your character had like a sword, and you were kind of like gunning to like take people out that were shooting you before they killed you. You would come in with the sword. I feel like there's some of that in this game, but it's a first person shooter. And one of the cool things about it is when your gun runs out of ammo, you can literally throw it at another character, stun them, run up to them, kick them, their gun goes flying in the air. You grab it, and then like what I do is I go straight into bullet time, and just start hosing people down. Like it is a lot of fun, and I will say graphically, it's a really good looking game, especially for an indie. I really
You say that because you like the game Fear, and it really reminds you of some of the Fear mechanics. I can tell.
No, see, I do. I love Fear. I love that franchise.
Fear had bullet time too, though.
It did. I will say Fear is.
And you also like Max Payne, which had bullet time.
I haven't played Max Payne in forever, but
you like games that have bullet time.
So X-Man, it's quicker than that, but I do like the bullet time because
he keeps trying, don't he?
All right, check this out. One of the enemies that came at me had like a full body shield in front of him, and what I did was I did a wall run, right? So I did a wall run by him, clicked on bullet time, and just started shooting down at an angle down on him. It felt like an action movie, all right. And then from there, I slid in through a doorway. Right, there was another dude there. I had my shotgun, and I literally aimed it behind me as I was sliding in through the door, and took him out. Jumped up and took out two people in front of me. Yo, dude, it's absolutely bananas. Yo, chat, let me know if you've tried Severed Steel. All right, it is one of those Idea Xbox demos that they have. It's basically up until I believe the 27th. You can download it up until the 27th, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to play it afterwards. There was some demos from the first time that they did this that you were able to play throughout the year, but it was really, really cool game. Now, I gotta ask you guys, anybody on this panel get into the Idea Xbox demos, or check them out, see what they had to offer, anything like that? No? Well, Brad, you said you looked at them, right? Like, you went in and...
Yeah, I saw what they were. I looked at the titles and stuff like that. But, but when I saw, what they were, I just wasn't interested in those games. So, nothing... When I saw that they were doing this, I always know that there's, it's never going to be the games I want to play. It's the games that I would never touch. And I think that's their point. Like, they want you to kind of look at some games that maybe you're not interested in, but there's nothing there to draw me into downloading them and playing them and checking them out, because I already know that they're not. We all have a genre, and we know what our bag is. So when you see some of these games, you're like, that's not me, and nothing gravitated to me that I wanted to play. Like, I think we were talking about this behind the scenes, how they put what was the game we were talking about earlier before the show started? I don't know.
So much happened before the show started. I don't remember.
Yeah, I know, right? Had they put a Starfield in there, I'd be done. You know what I'm saying? But these are indie games. They're smaller games that I'm never gonna play. I'm not into the indie.
Callisto Protocol. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, they'd have put that shit in there. Done. I'd have jumped on that because I was interested in that game. But none of the stuff that I'm interested in is it's not stuff they put on there. It's shit that I'd never play. And again, maybe that's what they're trying to do: get you interested in something that you would never play.
Maybe Pred, maybe it was just the mood I'm in, or like kind of like where everything is right now with gaming on Xbox. Like I said, they're coming out with games that aren't necessarily like household names here and there.
Yeah.
So
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking that, but like, if I want to take the time again, I already have a backlog. I haven't even finished. Like, I haven't finished fucking Cyberpunk. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back that far. Like, right? So like, you're gonna throw this indie at me. No, you're gonna throw this indie at me. You know, there's DLC for Assassin's Creed I ain't played yet. Like, but you're gonna throw this indie game at me that I know I'm probably never gonna finish or beat or play. And I still got other shit to play. And like, you're not enticing me to kind of go into, like, this is my thing. Like, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna put those games out there like that. Give me something else besides just indies. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me something that I've been excited about playing and wanting to play. You know what I'm saying? Like the protocol game we were talking about. Like, put that in there.
Ooh.
Like, that would entice me to play it. Put, like, I don't know. I mean, even like, I don't say Forza because that's like, yeah, Forza. You know what I'm saying? Like, put that demo in there. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not enticing me with a bunch of indies and then nothing. Again, and I know some people on this panel, they play everything. I don't. I play what's interesting to me. Like, if I see gameplay of it and it makes me like, like, oh shit, I gotta play that. Let me check it out. I'm gonna play it. But if it's not interesting to me, just from what I've seen so far, I'm not even wasting my time and energy playing it because I got other shit I still need to catch up on first. And so, to me, nothing that they put out enticed me enough to want to go download it. And I appreciate them doing it. Don't get me wrong, because there's gamers out there that play these things. I look at from everything from both ends of the spectrum. Like, there's people who play those games, like, and I don't. So for some of those players, they're gonna be like, oh, this is great. They're giving me this, but to me, it wasn't what I was looking for. And don't be upset with me for that, but like, it just wasn't. I like more of the more AAA experience. I hate to say it that way, but fuck, I do. But like,
damn, you're
I need
bougie.
something.
You're
I
bougie.
am. I'm bougie. I'm spending X amount of dollars per month, per year on a Game Pass. Like, I need bougie shit. I mean, fuck it. I'm gonna be real with you. Give me some bougie shit that makes Game Pass, makes it viable for me. And this isn't a Game Pass thing. This is everybody can play this shit. So like, if I'm paying all this money, if I'm paying extra fucking money for shit, give me some shit I want to fucking play. Just say, hey, these demos are available for everybody else, but if you're a Game Pass member, you get this protocol game. You get Forza as a demo. Hook me up, because I pay for this shit. Don't give me the same shit every motherfucker else. Like, don't. I'm about to jump on the soapbox now. You started this shit, so you got to fucking deal with it.
I hear this. I'm sitting
Like-
back. Where's
like-
my popcorn?
Why the fuck is everybody else going to the same club I'm going to and getting VIP services? Right? Like, the same motherfucker that just pays like for one drink to get in, and I'm in here fucking buying bottles. Why the fuck is he jumping the fucking line too? Like, no, you wait, bitch. Sit your ass back down and sit down somewhere. Like, I pay for these dues. I need to get extra shit with my fucking subscription service. Like, if I want those demos for Protocol, for Forza, for Halo DLC, I pay for that. Give it to me. Don't give it to every motherfucker out there who ain't paying for shit. Like, I'm the motherfucker paying for shit. Hook me up with the shit that I want. So, like, they got to fix that shit. Bitch. Like,
Like, well, Z Black Rider
So, like-
had a message for you. Shout
So,
out
like,
Z
I mean,
Black,
like-
man. Good to see you, bro.
But for real, like if we're paying all this extra money for shit, why are you giving the same privileges away to people who are not paying for shit? Like, if you're gonna do this fucking this demo shit, that should come to us first. The people who are paying for this shit, right? Give me some games that aren't available.
I mean, the
you
preview
motherfucker-
program. I'm just
you regular
saying,
motherfuckers
I mean,
like that watch games, that watch our E3 event, whatever the fuck they want to call it, our Xbox event. You get the summer
quick,
Game Fest shit.
Real quick, Pred, I just want to say, this is Severed Steel. This is the gameplay you're checking out right now. That's why I let this like loop around again. So
Yeah, I mean, again, the game is probably great, but like, I want more greatness than that. As a subscriber to Game Pass, I mean, like, I'm paying for it, so like, hook me up with what was that, like, some shit that we ain't gonna see yet. So I mean, I'm paying for it. I mean, that's
What
what
you're
I'm
trying
paying
to
for.
say
Like,
is you pay for the bells and whistles. You want the bells and
I
whistles.
want the bells and fucking whistles. I want the champagne room. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't want the regular stage
Whoa.
shit. I want the champagne room when I'm in the goddamn strip club. I pay for
Remember
that
what
shit.
Chris Rock said about the champagne room, man. I'm just saying.
Ain't no sex in the champagne room, but there's better gameplay in there.
Oh! Oh!
Talking about the
Right.
gaming
You want the
champagne room.
high class stripper. You don't want the bougie stripper. You
I
want
don't
the
want that bitch
high
with bullet
class.
wounds. I don't want that bitch with bullet wounds, and I want that motherfucker with the tattoos on her neck. It's like exotic.
Exotic butters.
Oh no!
Yeah, right.
Wow,
Yeah,
that actually sounded really good, dude.
I don't want Chantel. I want Chantel. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a big difference.
Chantel. Yeah.
Coming to the stage, crispy bomb.
Get over here. Give
Welcome
me a-
to
Or do you want coming to the stage, crispy bomb?
coming
Double
to the
Ds.
stage.
Yeah,
Crispy
just don't give me
Bomb,
no lap
Double
dance, bro.
Ds.
We
I say,
good.
I have
All
that's a
the
trap
sweats.
question right there, man. I
Give
don't
me
know.
more.
You want crispy bomb? Or you want crispy?
Do you want
There's a
crispy
big difference,
bomb?
You know what?
The
Let's change the
presentation ain't
subject because this is getting really weird real
We're just
fast.
having fun saying this back and forth is what's going on right now, man. I don't know. Yo, guys, I will say another game that I tried. I
We
forget.
both tried it.
It's called. It's no. I'm getting to that, Sir X Man. That was the next
Okay.
one after this. But I think it's called like Hemosaurus or something like that.
Well, that sounds like a disease.
Yeah, it does. It does. But do you guys remember back in the day the old game where you can pick like a monster and destroy the city with it? Like, you know, they had
Godzilla, destroy
they
all
had
monsters.
a gorilla, they had a lizard. Do you guys oh man, I can't. It's on the
Rampage.
Rampage. There
Yeah,
we go.
Rampage,
Thank you,
yeah.
Crispy. Thank you, dude. It's like a rampage, but it is absolutely hilarious, man. And you can pick up people, you can eat them, you can
Yeah, they
throw
actually
them,
showed that at the event, I think.
you can throw them, you can kick cars into buildings, making buildings collapse, and of course you can climb up the buildings. The physics and how the buildings topple over, you can topple them over into other buildings and create like a chain reaction. The game, it's a little game. It's got like a pixelation to it, but it is so much fun. It is so much fun to play, and yeah, definitely, it's a ripoff of Rampage. Again, thank you, Crispy, for that, because that was gonna burn in my mind for as long as I didn't hear it. Like, so, but that was a cool game. Now, Sir X-Man, this one's for you, because there's a game that me and
For
you
both of us on this one.
well, me and you both played this. Now I'm gonna set the scene for people, and I want to hear what you thought about what you played. There is a game called Metal Hellslinger. Now, the thing about this game is it is a first-person shooter. You play as a demon. I think you're going into hell to like either like save your girl or something like that. So
They didn't even really give us a good story based on it.
It was in the beginning, like they were talking about it, so you had to listen to like every word to hear exactly why you were going down there, right? But you know, they give you a sword. It's kind of like your first main weapon, but then eventually you get this skull that you can like fire like fireballs out of, and eventually you get
the
shotgun.
pistol first before you get the sword. You get the shotgun before you get the skull. You get the shotgun
No,
before
you get
the skull.
before you get the shotgun. I
got the
definitely
shotgun
remember that.
before the skull. I got
Really?
the shotgun before the skull. Yeah, I got
All
the
right.
shotgun
Well,
first.
let me set up the premise here, because like at the surface, it's just a first-person shooter, right? But what they did was they have this music playing, and of course it is metal. But when you start it up, it's kind of like a very basic kind of like beat with a little extra kind of like, you know, maybe a little extra guitar in there or something like that. But as you are shooting the enemies, if you shoot to the beat of the song, the beat starts building up, the song starts getting more and more complete. You'll start hearing more and more guitar riffs, drums, till you max it out. Once you max out the song, then you get the lyrics into it. But you have to hit the enemies on the beat of the song. And that right there, I think is absolute genius, man. It was something that really, I
But the
didn't.
meter builds up too when you do it right.
Yeah.
That meter builds up.
Yeah, and the thing was, I didn't calibrate the game with my controller, which I'm gonna do when I go back and try the demo again. But I think that is something really unique that like I haven't heard anybody else do. So, Sir X-Man, you say you have played this game or this demo.
I streamed it.
All right. So what did you think about what you saw, and what do you think about that premise there? That little kind of like that little hook of something different when it comes to first person shooter with the whole beat scenario.
I liked it, but I think they need to improve the mechanics.
Now, what do you mean by?
I love the premise. I love what they did.
Mm-hmm.
And I love going to the beat when you time it right. The timing is off in that game when you're trying to get it, so you can get that boost, so you can get that power to do more damage to the people that end up seem to build up to you. It's like when you're off time, it seems like the enemies start building up more and more and more. And if you build that time up right, you kill them faster.
Yeah, you do more
But
damage
the
if you
beat
hit it on beat.
right. And it seems like they do need to tweak some of the mechanics. So I'm not trying to say make it easier, but make where you aim better, because the aiming is really off in this game.
The aiming actually reminds me of PC. It's like it's mouse aiming, but they made that compatible with a controller. So it's really quick and it stops really quick. Like it moves fast, stops fast. I got to go into options and see if I can kind of like mess with the movement of the cursor and everything. There,
But the power moves in that game are awesome. I love the power moves in that game, and I can't wait to see what other power moves they have. This game is not going to be out for a while, but it has potential.
Oh, yes.
It's something I will put. And you know what? Hey, were you shocked when you were playing it? I got an achievement.
Oh, you did?
Uh-huh.
What?
I know. I was shocked myself. I was like, what?
I don't think I got an achievement, man.
I'll go back and double check, but I got an achievement, dude.
Do you know what the achievement was? Did you read what?
No, I'll have to go back and look again. I knew what it was when I got it. We're talking about 2 weeks ago when I played it. So, but nah, the game got potential.
Did you play it on PC? Because it
No, I played it on my Xbox One S, Xbox Series X.
Dude, I thought this demo just came out on the 21st, I believe.
How many times before have you seen demos come out? And even if you don't buy the game, you do get achievements.
No, but you said you played it 2 weeks ago, and I'm saying like I
2 weeks or a week ago, somewhere around there. It came out. Yeah, it came out with day one after the show. It was playable.
Huh.
After the Xbox showcase, all the demos that they showed were playable day one.
Oh, that's interesting.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that. I swear it said.
Sounds like he's trying to call you a liar. That's what it sounds like.
No,
it really
I'm trying to understand, bro.
If I have the achievement, if I did get the achievement, I could be wrong, but it could have been just somebody popping on my screen or something. But I thought it was an achievement. If I do have it, I'll take a pic of it and then I'll send it to your phone just to show you that I got it.
I got you. Now, chat, you heard what I said was the premise of the let me know if you think that's a cool kind of like idea. If anybody in the chat has played this demo, please let me know in the chat if you played the demo and what you think about it. Now,
one of them boss demos are just brutal though, dude. Oh my God. When he come out with, I think he had a hammer or something like that, or axe or something. And oh man, you had to just jump around him, but still time it with the beat and the music and stuff like that to take him out. Man, it can be an addictive game if they fix the controller.
Okay, all right.
And the way the background looks in the game, you really do look like you're going through hell. You really do look like you're going through the depths of hell in that game, especially with the doors. When you finally open up a door, oh yeah, the game got potential. So yeah.
I definitely want to see if they're gonna if they're gonna upgrade kind of like the graphics of it. I don't think it looked bad, but I don't think it looks like up to today's standards.
Oh, that's why it's a demo too. Remember,
Yeah.
demos are demos for a reason.
Well, yeah, that's why I didn't bring it up right off the bat. Now, I do want to ask, another person on the panel who is into rock as well, and I believe that is Crispy. Crispy, now I know you haven't played the demo, but you heard me and Sir X-Man talking about this. What do you think about kind of like that hook? Does it sound like something that you might want to check out in terms of a game? Again, it's first person. I know you do love third person, but you do get into first person as well. Best way I could describe it is kind of like Doom meets Beat Saber. That's the best way I can describe it, man.
That's exactly what I thought. What you said, Doom. Exactly what I thought.
Meets Beat Saber because you have to go to when you go to the beat.
You had me on the Doom part, but you had me on the Doom part. I mean, I watched enough, and my problem is that like demos, like I don't know. I feel like I demo games playing in Game Pass, and sometimes I'm like, oh, this is great, and I'll keep it installed, and sometimes I'm like, nah, this is not for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the end of the day, you look at it and you say, the mechanics that they're bringing compared to, and I think we're all not about the visuals all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's about the mechanics, and having certain aspects into being first person rather than third person. It's a different feel. You know what I'm saying? And that interests me. I might try it. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I mean, you kind of convinced me, both of you, that I might. And rock element. I mean, Doom soundtrack is one of the greatest ever. So if there's some rock elements in there, I might get into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's one of those things where like I want to be able to play the full game if I'm into it. You know what I'm saying? And Game Pass, I mean, regardless of how it feels, for like some people play every game that comes to game. I mean, I don't know how you have the time. I have no clue. Okay. But I've also like I've been preview in Grounded, in PUBG, a few other games I can't name off the top of my head, but I've been in preview, and it's like you get the full experience at that point in time. They haven't added their DLCs or anything else. And I'm like, I almost feel like Xbox is like only doing this with, ID at Xbox because they're like, this is something that needs to be done because there's innovation here. And I think that's very important. I mean, regardless of the outcome of the game selling or not, it allows people to look at that game if they want to download that demo or whatever and say, this is actually really good. This is something I like. Now, a lot of people look at visuals and this and that. I've seen PC gamers play games that I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? And then I see the gameplay though, and I'm like, oh, okay. I get why you're doing it. And that's where like you can go and say like PC elitists and this and that. Like they bring up PlayStation and all this. But the actual PC gamer, they really don't care about visuals that much. They care about how the game feels.
Yes.
They care about the gameplay. Like if it has a high frames per second and it doesn't, looks like cell shaded or something like that, they have no problem with it. And the prime example is the youngin upstairs that's screaming at his PC right now. Like he literally is. You might not hear it, but he's screaming at his PC right now, and he's having fun with his friends. And they're probably playing some simple, it might even be cell shaded game.
You're playing Fall.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not up there right now, but I mean, he's yelling at his monitor right now. So that's fun to me. Like that's what I understand as fun. Like, are you having fun with your friends? Are you feeling the way the game plays? And he's played games with me that I'm like, I can't even play this because it hurts my eyes because it's so like old school, but it doesn't play like old school. Like, you know, you picked Leo, dude, and I was like, yes, that is the first person I picked. You know what I'm saying? In Shredder's Revenge. And he plays so good. Like, if you've never played a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, my God, start with Leo. Because he is so balanced. He is, you know, he has his hitboxes perfect. Like, I was trashing stuff, and I was like a level 2, and people were level 10s. It was crazy, and we're playing with 6 people the other night, so it was fun. That's what I'm looking for. Is it fun? But at the same time, like the demo thing, like it's like going old school. Like, man, I used to pick up a magazine and get a demo disc in there. You know what I'm saying? And that's where, like, you know, Game Pass has changed my mentality. I'm like, you know, I'll try it, I'll see what it's like, and then if I like it, I'll continue to play it, or I'll just uninstall it. And maybe that's the problem that, you know, they're having right now. It's like almost like, hey, just release this demo as like a Game Pass preview thing. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like the messaging is getting convoluted because you have preview, you have a demo, you have a beta, you have all this, all that, and it's like, let's like kind of align it into like at least one thing, whether it be a beta, a preview, whatever. Like, I don't know. There's just too much going on that I just kind of ignored it. And you know what? After you guys talked about it, I might, you know, at least try it.
Yeah,
but
I would say just at least try that one. You know, throw it in there. It's not a huge download, and see if you like it. And that when I saw this, like, I'm not gonna lie, one of the first people I thought about was you, Crispy, and of course Sir X-Man, because, you know, me and Sir X-Man, if you guys ever hear us when streaming golf, there's always some type of music in the background. If we're not singing it, he's playing it. But Crispy, I did think of you when I saw this, and I saw what they were doing with the game, and then when I played it and I heard the music build up, the better and better, like, I did. You know, the more on beat I hit like these demons. Dude, I was like, yo, I hope Crispy tried this, man, because I have a feeling that you would dig this.
I think I'm gonna try it now. I mean, even though like I that like what I just said, like, you know, that's the type of gamer I am, but at the same time,
Crispy, I gotta say, I
experiment.
I can definitely understand the whole, if I like the game, if I like the demo, I'm gonna want to play the whole game, like right then and there. Like you experience this and you decide, you know what, this is a good game. I'm really feeling this, and then the demo ends. You know, I am right there with you on that.
But warning, they still need to work on some of the mechanics.
No, I hear you, man. There's definitely work that still needs to be done.
Well, that's where like I say, like, the preview program, dude. I started out at the beginning of PUBG. I paid $30 for that. Okay, and I started out, and I went back and played it, and I'm like, man, it's so refined, but also no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for these people that are just been playing this nonstop. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll get into a lobby and I'll be like, man, these guys are gonna trash me, and sure enough, they do. You know
I still never won a chicken dinner in that game.
I've won.
I won a PC with a fucking controller.
I've never been in the right squad, dude.
That's about it.
I did it solo.
Oh, yo, Pred flexing right now.
I've actually won it solo once. and that was super tough. I was literally hugging the ground the whole time.
Did you win a chicken dinner? Did you win a chicken dinner?
I won once solo, but it was literally like I was hugging the ground the whole time.
I've came in second before in a group, but I've never won a chicken dinner.
Seconds, they don't even count that. That's what I hated about that game back then. Like they didn't count that.
I got
really.
chicken dinner solo on a controller on PC. Twice.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
That was like,
well, I mean, he is a military man. So.
That was the early.
And that was the only one you got, right? Or you got more?
No, on Xbox, when it came to Xbox, I got more. But like on PC, when it was early out, like I would always get like in the top 10 easily. But like my first chicken dinner, I got basically like with 4 kills, you know, and I kind of snuck in and kind of do what you said, hid, you know, a little bit, and the circle closed on us or whatever, and
probably lost your mind when you got it. You probably lost your mind when you got a chicken dinner, didn't you?
Shout out to Italian Clowns, because he always like, I can't believe you did this shit, you know. We've seen that video of it, and it was crazy. The second one I got was with him. The first one I got was solo, and after that, when they put it on PC, I had a lot more after that because I was playing with people that knew how to play on the Xbox, you know. So, but yeah, my first couple of chicken dinners I got on PC with a controller, and it's doable. You know, it's just, you know, you just have to learn how to use your stick. So like,
I think
it works though.
Sir
But like,
X-Man, get good is what he's trying to say.
get good.
It does in PUBG. It does pay to have the right weapon near the end of the game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And at least not be in the right position. It's not about the gun. It's about where you're at, you know, too. So,
dude, if you can get one of the drops with the ghillie suit, oh man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That might have been the one I won solo because I got the ghillie suit.
Why do I hear a PUBG weekend?
That thing makes you disappear, bro. I swear.
Yeah,
you get the car. You get the car on PC. If you get the car, the sniper, you're good.
Oh,
you know how
okay.
Until the circle closes.
A good sniper.
Yeah, until the circle closes and you get like some close range shit. But like in the beginning, like if you get that car, you're golden. You know?
All right, Pred. What sniper would you use?
I would use the car.
Yeah.
If I was like, no, you know, in the beginning of the game,
it's not a vehicle. It's a sniper rifle.
Yeah, it's a sniper rifle. Yeah, you get it's a Russian sniper rifle. You get that car. I think it's 9.4. You get the car, put some attachments on there, and get some scoping in there. You're good. You can keep everybody away from you. But like, as the circle closes, you got to go to something more. High.
I heard they got a tank in that game now or something.
There's 2 now, I believe. There's 2 car.
Yeah, but I haven't played since the thing is like with PUBG, the maps. They started adjusting the maps a little bit where they weren't so like the first map they had out was so wide open.
I love that one. I love
that was
Chinook.
Yeah, and they changed the maps up a little bit and made the maps smaller and more like you couldn't land without fucking getting killed, you know, like the first couple of rounds you played, you had to land in the right spot. But like the first map was so wide open, you can get in, get gear, run around a little bit, you know, move from one location to the next and kind of, you know, set yourself up. But like the smaller maps, it made it harder. I don't know how we got this topic of PUBG. I'm sorry, guys, who are listening right now.
Yo, Predator made us go left. Look at that.
That's what I'm talking about, a shooter. You know me, military shooters. I want to talk shit.
Who the one that brought up PUBG? Who did that shit?
No, that was me. That was me.
Yo, Crispy initiated it, but
then
Pred just ran away with
I'm sorry.
That's what he did.
Well, I've learned my lesson now. You can't talk about Gears because Crispy will go, and you can't talk about PUBG for Pred.
Crispy, you could have said the one thing that you quote from Predator. You could have said it to Predator at that point in time.
No, I ain't gonna do that.
What's that? What?
Shut
no, wait.
The fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I ain't messing with a military man. I know better.
No. And Crispy's thing is he always says, any given day or what the fuck does the Crispy say all the fucking time?
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day,
Predator is a military man, and he has many guns.
I gotta say this.
I will not I will not piss this man off.
At the end of
There
the
you
day,
go.
It's on the screen, and I gotta
He
say
said,
this.
"Shut the fuck up," and I actually believe it. I say, "Yeah." If
Can
he
I
was
say
standing
something real
over
quick?
me
Can I
with one of
get
his,
some evil in? Oh man, it's over now.
What?
I was gonna
there's so many
say
conversations
you
going on. I
had
can't
some
keep up.
Forza 7 in there, and I was gonna say at the end of the day, Forza 7 still looks better than Gran Turismo.
Oh.
I saw that gameplay; it looks so much better still.
Yo, Sir X-Man, you are giving me the segue of segues, by the way, and I hope you enjoy the Hot Wheels track that you're seeing after Forza.
Did you try the one in the festival I told you about?
No,
They
no,
brought
no,
it back though. You gotta love it.
No,
You gotta love it,
I didn't.
right?
But
Yeah.
guys,
There's a Hot Wheels in there.
we got to talk about this slander. We got to talk about this slander going on. It might get a bit messy. The thing is, Forza Motorsport was shown at the Xbox Bethesda showcase, and I gotta say, even me, it surprised even me how good this game looks, man. And
Oh man,
some of the key points, ray tracing in game.
Not photo mode.
Not photo mode, not
yeah.
replays.
I cannot wait till this game comes out in 2025.
Shut up, you!
Dude, what are you talking about? Oh, dude,
Betrayal.
That is definitely betrayal, man. And yeah, my son. If I bring up
I'll be 60.
Forza Motorsport to my son, he says 2025, man. That like to this day he will say that. But this triggered some people. It made a couple Sony extremists out there quite salty. I mean very, very salty when they heard certain things like ray tracing in game. Now,
Don't take much for them.
after they showed they had a trailer and they had a demonstration, right? After they showed this, Digital Foundry came out and kind of like their first thoughts, they're like something's going on here. How are they getting ray tracing with 4K 60 and stuff like that? Then this whole kind of like conspiracy happened because Turn10 came out talking about their trailer and stated that in their trailer, basically what you were seeing was replays. There were replays, action shots in their trailer. Now, when it comes to their replays, they use a higher tier ray tracing called global illumination. It's ray tracing global illumination, and when you get that, then you can get reflections that aren't on things that are as shiny. You get more. You get like softer reflections on more kind of like matte material. You'll get like fuzzy kind of like reflections, making it look even more natural. Now, when we're talking about in-game ray tracing, that is pretty much called mirror ray tracing. That's why when you see the two cars side by side, when you look at the paint job and you literally see that car almost identical in its reflection, that is a mirror reflection. Doesn't take as much assets to produce that. Not only that, but when we're talking about the demonstration was on a PC. Now, I'll give my thoughts as to why that was. Now, they also stated that the game was tested and runs with the same fidelity, same graphical output on the Series X. All right, which, you know, not a lot of people like to talk about that. They're just like, no, it's running on PC. So now there's this whole build-up that Turn10 was lying to people about ray tracing, about the graphical fidelity, about the way the game looks. I'm going to go to Sir X-Man first on this because, Sir X-Man, I know you are a racer. All right? First off, were you impressed by what you saw when it comes to Forza Motorsport, what they showed with the trailer and the demonstration? And then, after you answer that, let me know if you think that Turn10 did indeed lie to you with what they showed.
No, they didn't lie because the game's gonna go on PC too. Sorry, PlayStation people. It's gonna be on PC and Xbox.
Dude,
Deal
I
with
forgot.
it.
You got 3 screens. You're gonna be playing the game on PC, aren't you?
And I got wheels, pedals, shifters. I'm good. Bring that shit. You know? And just because you hating because it's on PC, so what? Tell Sony to put your shit on PC. Stop bitching. Get a fucking life.
Got him.
Damn.
I'm
Damn.
sorry. Damn.
He said, "Stop bitching and get a
Fuck.
fucking life." Now, all right.
Sick of the drama because it's like if it looks that good on the PC and the Xbox Series X,
That's a question you should ask yourself, Megatron.
Wow.
the Xbox Series X, believe it or not, is just as powerful as my PC. You're gonna get the same thing on the Series X. So stop griping. If you want to play the game, get a good ass PC like I got, or get you an Xbox One X and get you a good ass 4K TV. Because I'm gonna tell you the truth, there are some 4K TVs out there that can't do ray tracing right. No matter who pushes it out, I can do it.
Now,
My TV can do it.
Sir X-Man.
So you need to spend your money so you can have your shit look that good. Stop bitching. It's the people that's bitching that ain't got the shit that's gonna look that
You
good.
sound like King David right now.
But I'm
Lord have
not
mercy.
trying to sound like anybody but me. You know, I work hard to get this shit. I worked hard to get my shit. So, just like
It's a soapbox derby tonight.
if you want that system, you get 2 jobs. Me, I pay for my toys. I want the best that I can get. Took me a while to get my other stuff because that wasn't my time for it. But now that I got it, you know what I'm saying?
Well, sir,
Get what you can get.
Sir X-Man, let me just.
I'm sorry you can't get a PS5 and they ripped you off with that damn Gran Turismo, something that looked like from 2098. You know,
Smoke.
that's y'all fault,
Execute
not mine.
Order
Ask for more.
66.
We asked for more. We waiting a little bit, but we asked for more and we getting it. So deal with it. I love the way the game looks, and I can't wait for it. They got real pit stops now. They got better tire physics. Did you see that smoke when that car hit the dirt? That's right. We don't have fake grass like y'all do over there. We got real dirt that you drive into and have to readjust for.
Damn.
You got real rubber coming off the tire in the game. Did y'all see that when they were showing it? Tires do come
Speak
off
your truth,
of
bro.
a car
Wow.
when they get heated up. We have time of day transition.
I don't know if I need to say anything after you
Yo,
start
for
talking.
You know, and you crapping about this little thing on PC. Remember, Xbox and PC is Xbox. Deal with it. And I'm sorry. And when that Gran Turismo oh my God, shoot me. When that Forza Motorsport come on the Xbox Series S, it's still gonna look better than Gran Turismo. So guess what? Deal with it and eat it and get you a system. I'm done.
Oh,
Wow.
goodness. Guys,
And
I
it'll
swear,
look
I
better
swear
on my
a flame,
phone.
a flame
And it'll look
blew
better-
out of his ass.
And it will look better on my phone if I do a cloud save for it and play it in the cloud if I'm somewhere. Thank you. I'm done. Oh, and you can play it on the Steam Deck too. Sorry, Gran Turismo. Done. Now I'm done.
And I am not sniffing where you're stepping in, but not in a bad way.
Boy, tap dancing frog looking ass, boy.
You stupid K-Banger. You stupid.
I think you just witnessed the first Sir X-Man rant on next podcast. And I tried to come in here.
Was that really my first rant? Was that really my first rant on your show?
Hold up.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hey, Mega's heard me rant. Crispy's heard me rant.
To that extent on this show, yeah.
Yeah, but that was Xbox Live party
that
chat,
was
bro. You went ham, bro, and you know what? You actually killed it, bro. Fucking kudos to you, bro.
But was I lying? Thank you.
Oh my God.
Now
you
you're speaking your fucking truth, bro. That's what we're talking about.
All right, so we heard Sir X-Man. talking about the whole, they were using a PC. Now, I will let people know what they were doing with the PC. Basically, what you were getting was a part of the game, but they set it up, they developed to where they were using one camera to seamlessly move between what the environment looked like, to what the car looked like, to what the damage looked like. So they basically programmed that on a PC, and that's why they were showing you that stuff on a PC.
But you can't show that stuff on console. You're right.
They didn't.
You have to do it on
program that
PC.
with the dev kit and everything like that to be on the Series X. Now, a big thing that Digital Foundry was talking about was on the trailer, not the demonstration, but on the trailer, it said in-game 4K. Now, they were saying that pretty much Turn10 lied or were misleading because they were using the replays, which have a higher level of ray tracing, and by them putting in the bottom left-hand corner in-game 4K, that they were misleading, saying that these scenes that they were seeing were gameplay. All right.
Well,
okay, did Digital Foundry do anything when they looked at Gran Turismo? Did they even look at Gran Turismo? They never looked at Gran Turismo.
Yeah,
so you know what?
And,
Digital
and
Foundry
I
needs
completely
to suck
agree
a
with
big
that.
one. I'm done.
All right, Sir X Man. Let Crispy get in on this. Crispy, what were you saying, bro? You heard what I said. What they said.
Listen, okay. Xbox knows what's going to sell on PC. Okay, they know that, and if you really think about it, look at Flight Sim. I'm gonna tell you something right now. You're getting all those DLCs for a reason, cause it's selling on PC. It's selling hardcore. I know people that have the whole spiel. They have the freaking flight controls, everything in front of them. You got people that absolutely love sim racing, and they have like this full on setup. Like I've seen people that have like it tilts with them, and you're driving a car basically. You know what I'm saying? Like they are looking at that and they're saying, you know what, we're going to be honest for once, instead of PlayStation says, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, or they just keep silent. And we hear it all the time. But, I mean, those dev kits, stuff like that don't mean that it's not technically a PC, bro. I mean, really think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that a PC or is that the actual console?
Well, to iterate.
And they don't say that.
Crispy, when it comes to the dev kits, again, some people out there know it. I'm pretty sure, people in the chat right now do know this. But dev kits are actually more powerful than the home console itself. It has more RAM. There's more stuff that you can do. It's more PC-like than what we have in our homes. So
when they showed the first Last of Us, they showed it on PC. They didn't show it on
I'm going to be honest with you, okay? Like you look at what they show. Like, so I can go for my TV because I watched Gran Turismo on my TV, and then I watched Forza on my TV. I've also done both on Twitter, and I said, okay, well, the first thing they went to is said single camera. This is happening in real time technically because it's a single camera. Mm-hmm. So if you really analyze it, yeah, no cuts. They said that. Yes, you're right. So you look at that, but you also look at how Gran Turismo did it, and you say, okay, like certain parts looked really good. They really did. But what I felt like was actual gameplay, which at the end of the day, they kind of did that. They said what they said, but then they kind of turned around and did exactly what Forza said. But here's the thing. One's on a console, as of now. I'm going to say as of now. And one is going to PC and Xbox. I'm going to tell you right now. There's a reason why we have PC Game Pass, okay? Because they're trying to sell to multiple markets.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And they're doing that in their own way. Us console gamers, I am one of them, can hate that. But I'll tell you right now, Motorsport is going to look way better than Gran Turismo. It's going to look way better. And the only reason why I say that, because people keep comparing Horizon to Gran Turismo. And I'll tell you right now, I have played both because my buddy has a PS5 and I tried it when he wasn't here. He doesn't even know it. And it looked like a 360 game for me.
Oh, damn.
And this is a racing game. Look.
Whoa. Don't you insult 360 because Forza's on 360.
I'm not.
It looks two generations old. Is what he just said, yo.
I'm not saying that, visuals is all that matters. But, I've played sim racers. I mean, Gran Turismo 2 is one of the greatest racing games ever made. I mean,
Amen.
Let's be honest.
Amen, bro.
Yes, it was.
It is one of the greatest racing simulations you have ever played. If you're that old, I'm sorry. I'm actually the youngin', but at the end of the day,
GT5 and 4 were pretty good too.
No, 4 was really good too. I played that as well. The point is that I felt like I was playing like an old school game, but the reason why it hurts me to say this, but we're looking at visuals when it comes to racing games at this point, and they didn't deliver. They didn't. And then on top of it, they're charging you a shit ton of money for all these like weird things, like even like engines and stuff. Like, okay, like you get credits. Like, yes, I get you can earn it, but when you're charging like 10,000 credits for like a supercharger or something, people are gonna be like, "Oh, fuck it, I'll buy it because I love the game," and I get that completely. But I want to see what Xbox does on those other aspects, like let's make it accessible to whoever wants to play. You want to sell Game Pass? Don't be putting shit tons of microtransactions. Can you have some cosmetics, stuff like that, some special skins? Sure, I'm good with that.
Transactions in motorsport.
No, but I know they are. I mean, I'm not saying they're not, but the point
they're not gonna rip
is,
you off for it, though, Bot. They're not gonna rip you off.
I hear you on that, and that was something that to this day, it might not be on Twitter and social media with the Sony extremists, but the Gran Turismo community itself is still pissed off when it comes to the microtransactions.
No, and that's absolutely true. And people that go against that, you're actually wrong, because it's just like Bot with Destiny or Halo, me with Gears. You know what I'm saying? Like, we called that stuff out because people didn't understand what we were experiencing. And that's the point. And like I said, like you go on Twitter, you go on the actual streams, whatever, like you look at what they did compared to motorsports, even that small period of time, and they didn't give much gameplay at all. But when the gameplay was there, you're like, wow, okay. And then you think about the lineage and you go and say, well, Horizon 5, I mean, it's a toss-up. Like, people talk trash about it. They're like, oh, it's not a simulation racer or this or that. And I'm like, dude, how do they do open world and make it look better than your simulation racer? That's the problem I have. And that's where I go and say, you need to call out your own company. I mean, if you're only on PlayStation, you need to call them out. And you go and say, you're giving me all these microtransactions, you're giving me visuals that just aren't up to par to a game that came out a year before. I mean, come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, Crispy, real quick. Yo, shout out to Fahim. Again, Fahim, thank you for being here. I'm not really pissed off at Digital Foundry because if you actually watch the video, all right, when they talk about Forza Motorsport, you will get way more information and proper context into what they were talking about, all right? And they were using Forza as an example in terms of what they feel is misleading, not necessarily negating what Gran Turismo did, what Polyphony Digital did in their unveiling of Gran Turismo 7. So if you actually watch the video, and you'll get proper context into what Digital Foundry was saying, all right? And they weren't hanging it all on Forza Motorsport. You might want to go back and check it out.
Don't be surprised when Forza Motorsport comes out and they have like 10 million players within like a month. Don't be
Oh, it's gonna be
surprised.
more than that.
No. I'm being conservative. I'm not pie in the sky. I'm being
You gotta think
conservative.
about the
He's gonna
10 million players,
overflow.
and that's going to be between PC and Xbox. But we've all been here. They've been releasing games on PC for a very long time. And the games that come out on PC for PlayStation, they do really well as well. So let's not ignore that. And for some of you that are holding on to the fact that, God of War Ragnarok in a year after it comes out is not going to be there, you're wrong. They're already developing for it. They're already doing these things. They've bought Nixxis, okay?
Ooh.
You have to realize that they are developing for PC as well because they're not stupid. There's money in their pocket, okay? And if you're an executive like Jim Ryan, guess what? That's money in your pocket because they've seen even what Days Gone did on the PC.
But
I'm going to
here's
tell
the
you right now,
problem.
it sold tenfold compared to what they even thought. Okay? So they kept going. They kept going with it. And I'm going to tell you right now, when Spider-Man comes out, it's going to sell tenfold. And they're going to be like, well, we can't ignore this anymore because it's money in their pocket. They're a damn corporation. Stop freaking shilling for them and acting like an asshole and start realizing that we already been saying this. We said Xbox is going to go to PC. PC Game Pass, people. Think about it. Come on.
And here's the rub on that real quick, Crispy. If you play it on Xbox, you can play it on PC. You ain't got to double dip like Sony's making
Ooh, that's
you
a
do.
dry rub. That's a dry rub right
You
there.
ain't got to double
man.
dip.
Oh,
the game.
no, I ain't
You can
going
play it
there.
where
I
you-
ain't going there.
I went there and I'm telling the damn truth. Sorry.
You ain't wrong, but
Hold on, real quick. Phase 23. Yo, you're acting like Xbox had no plans to release any first-party exclusives or even timed exclusives this year. When it came down to it, Stalker 2, which was timed, was a delay because of a war in the real world. All right. When you look at Redfall and you look at Starfield, they were delayed. It's not that they didn't have anything that was going to be put out this year. They were, in fact, delayed. I can see your point if they literally had no games slotted for this year. But there were games coming this year, and unfortunately, they were delayed. That is something that we as gamers in a gaming community deal with. Do you remember when they showed God of War Ragnarok 2021? That was their teaser. It's coming out in 2021. It got delayed. Delays happen, bro. I mean, like, why would we have to call them out when they planned on having first-party games this year, but unfortunately, they got delayed. But let's not get off track. Again, we are talking about Forza Motorsport, and we're talking about whether or not they lied like Digital Foundry has insinuated. Now, when it comes to the trailer, again, it says in-game 4K, right? Which is actually true, when it comes to the trailer. Even though that they were replays showing action shots of the game, those replays are still in fact in game. They're not gameplay. They're not that moment where somebody is there with the controller, but they are the replay of the person playing that game. All right, the same way that Gran Turismo did it. Now, my whole thing about this is, where was the outrage when we saw this with Gran Turismo 7? I don't understand why now all of a sudden everybody out there, people who aren't even planning on playing anything on Xbox, people that are all up in the console war, right? They want to point out this whole Forza thing, but where was your outrage when Gran Turismo was doing it? Every time when they showed that trailer unveiling Gran Turismo 7, every time that they showed something that was not in cockpit view, it was in fact replay. Go back and check it out.
Yeah, no, it is. And
That's
and you know what's
exactly what
funny?
it is.
You know what's funny is that, we can call out our own faults, okay? But for some reason, some of y'all can't call out, your preferred platform. Okay, like you got to do that sometimes. You got to say, "Hey, there's a problem here. What's going on?" And trust me, after playing Horizon 5, I don't think Motorsport is going to be any worse than what I've seen from Horizon 5. So, I mean, you look at that and you say, "Oh, we're already playing a game that looks better than your Gran Turismo." You might damage control it. That's fine. But I'll tell you right now, I could see it through multiple different devices that it just doesn't look the way I expected.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make me want to have a PlayStation 5. And at the end of the day, for me, being an Xbox console owner, I say, what makes me want to play PlayStation?
Yo,
And that's what it is.
Crispy, real quick, I got a theory on why Gran Turismo 7 looks the way it does. And it's not actually a bad theory. It's not something where it looks like I'm trying to bury Polyphony Digital and their game, Gran Turismo 7. Now, Crispy, the reason why I feel the graphics look the way they do, if you ever notice, the cockpit view is incredibly highly detailed. Steering wheel, dashboard, everything like that. It's when you get outside the car that you really start seeing peculiar graphics, less than stellar graphics in a lot of situations. I feel the reason why this is because this game is already ready for PlayStation VR 2. And with that being said, when you're making a game that is compatible with VR, there are going to be some sacrifices made. A lot of times it will be to the environment. Things that are closer up will have more detail, because when you are in VR, you're going to be looking down at all this stuff really close to your face. You see what I'm saying? Whereas other stuff that are out in the distance more, that's where you're going to see a lot more, graphical sacrifices. That's why I think Gran Turismo 7 does look like that. It's really odd.
I can't disagree with that. I really can't. I can't.
All right, and it's just that they're not ready to bring out PlayStation VR 2 yet, so they're not saying, "Oh yeah, this is compatible with the new headset," because then people are going to be like, "Oh, when's the headset coming out?" and stuff like that, and maybe they're just not ready for that yet.
Yeah, but why do they keep touting it? That's the point. Like, everybody's like, the 12 months with the showcase. And I'm like, by God, they actually did something they should do. You're going to show a lot of gameplay. Guess what? Those games got to be ready, bro. You know what I'm saying? And, if you're going to go VR with it, maybe you should have said it to begin with. Because at the end of the day, like, I expect more from a racer than what I've seen from them. And don't get me wrong, I only played a snippet. But I'm like, man, this feels like, I don't know, like, I almost feel like Need for Speed at times had better visuals than what we got from Gran Turismo.
Dude, I play Project Cars 2, and Project Cars 2 looks and handles looks, at least looks.
Well, there's still
better than
people
Gran
touting
Turismo.
Rise, Son of Rome, like, and I'm down for that. Like
K-Mega
that
was
game,
doing a
just
gameplay like fucking tutorial when it comes to Rise on Her Own. He was putting so much stuff
the
onto
Cry
it.
engine, and that's the engines. Like, you know what? Like, but you're gonna tout this as like a state of play and everything else. Like, this is very important, you know. And if you're a PlayStation gamer, I get it, but at the same time, like developing for PC isn't always a bad thing. Like sometimes there's some game, you know, developers that just can do both. And I feel like, you know, Turn 10 is definitely one of those.
I think
You know what I'm saying?
Polyphony does not use a PC to make their game, but they need a new engine. Polyphony,
But I mean,
Digital,
if you wanna give them something, I mean, if they go VR, I mean, because the cockpit view looked much better than the third person
Chris,
view. But
most racing
I
games,
raised third
most
person.
racing
dude.
games on PC, you can use VR. You can play them in VR.
Yeah, I got you. But that again, like, you know, when VR2 comes
Built
out,
for it.
this will
Built
be
for
this
it.
will be one of the games. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, yo, if you pick this up, or you know what I'm saying, like, just to let you know, you already have a game that's ready for VR2. I think that's exactly what they're doing. I think that's why it does look that way. Another thing I'm going to throw.
Game in VR real quick, Bob. If you don't have, it's not the same with a controller. If you don't have, you know, wheels and stuff like that, man, it's not worth your time.
Can we get a little facetious? Are they gonna charge $70 for the VR version, even though they built it for it?
No,
Of course they are.
No, like I said, I think it's going to be you already have a game that's compatible. So, like, if you bought that game, I really feel like that's something that they're going to do.
They'll charge you $10 for the update. That's so Sony.
Oh, something I want to throw out there for people who follow me on social media. I noticed that a lot of people were sharing Gran Turismo 7 footage, and it seemed like the only footage that they were showing were Tokyo City, and saying, "Oh my goodness, this game does look so good," and stuff like that. I find it really funny that they pick a venue, they pick a space that they share the gameplay footage that can in no way resemble anything that Forza Motorsport showed. Like, they're doing a straight up concrete urban environment with buildings and stuff like that, and that makes me. I really hope that Forza brings back New York City for Forza Motorsport. So this way, if you're gonna compare, we'll definitely compare. Because anytime I've seen anything with Gran Turismo 7 that has the more natural outdoor environment, all right? And I'm not saying that Gran Turismo 7 looks like garbage, all right? I'm not saying that. But when you hold it up to Forza Motorsport in terms of the same type of environment, there is absolutely no comparison visually between the two games. Forza Motorsport is head and shoulders above what GT7 is showing, and they have done things like actually got the ray tracing into the game while you're playing. All right, that is something that Gran Turismo just can't say. They can't. They didn't do it. They touted their replays and stuff, and then with that, Forza went even a step further and added a higher level of ray tracing into their replays. You know, I swear, Turn 10, just when you think they have done everything they could, they just crank it up another notch, man. There is a reason why, and yes, I'm saying there is a reason why they are number one when it comes to racing game development. When you look at like
7 is in 4K now at 60 frames a second.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was 4K 60 when it released, man. But
I know.
Let's get Pred in here real quick. You know, Pred, again, you heard what I said. A lot of, you know, Digital Foundry, when it comes down to it, they were talking about the trailer where it says, you know, in-game 4K. When in fact the trailer dealt with a lot of the replay action shots. So I got to ask you, did Turn 10 mislead people when it came to that trailer, and again when it comes to playing the demonstration on a PC, even though they stated that, you know, the game's been tested, same fidelity, same graphical fidelity, same resolution, all that good stuff on the Series X. Was that also misleading in your eyes, bro? Pred, I know it's been a while, but Pred, are you there? I see your name there. You might be muted.
Get the camera off of your OnlyFans and let's
might
go.
Be muted. No? Well, if we can't go to Pred, I'm gonna have to go to K Mega on this one. Now, Mega, are you there, bro? Hello. Now I'm really gonna check my Discord here.
K Mega's playing that damn game still.
K Mega.
That Nikita game.
I mean, you skipped me on the last topic. Y'all been on this whole rant.
Notice that.
I played 2 full games, and now now you want to come to me now? I'm ready to get done with the show.
2 full games, and you're
2
complaining?
full games. 2 full games. I mean, well, yeah, because I lost them because I didn't get my barbecue chicken dinner. I mean, I got like 7th place, and then I got like 4th. And so your punk ass is sitting here gonna call my name now as I've been here for an hour, not said a word.
Well, you could.
No. Why you didn't call my name?
I don't even remember what the last topic was before this one.
I know because y'all just
Yo,
Sir
X-Man went off, man. He did. He did. And so
I gave it a pass. I was like, cool. I downloaded the game, was playing the game while y'all was talking about those demos, and then I was like,
which one were you playing, Kay?
What was that game called?
The Hell game, the devil game, or something like
that. Broken Pieces.
Oh, that's a French game.
Yeah. And so I was playing. I was going to just go into that because I'm like, I need to at least.
Oh yeah, you missed him about the demo games he was playing.
Yeah,
that's right.
So,
yeah.
So I was like, okay, and then you went straight to that. So all right, cool. So then I just played
anything, man. So like,
I didn't. No, it's cool. And then we sit here and we get into the, and I'm thinking, well, he probably remembered that he forgot. Well, he didn't, and then I'm like, it's cool. But now you're gonna come to me now.
Yeah, we're talking about slander, bro. We are talking about slander right now. You don't want to get this.
I don't have it in me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have it in me. Took it out of me. You took it out of me.
You don't have a little bit of K-Mega slander left in there,
No.
just a little bit. It wouldn't be K-Mega without something.
No damage.
That's all I got, man. Anyway, but no.
So you agree that Turn 10 was misleading, then, is what you're saying, right?
Turn 10 was liars, man. That's what they did, man. They were wrong. They were wrong to mislead us with that garbage, man. They should have known better, and I'm appalled.
So Gran Turismo 7 way better, right?
I'm not saying I'm not going that far. But no, I mean, listen. This is, in all honesty, me and Don talked about this on Devin the Gamer, and Don gave a big long explanation about it, and it was you said parts of what the situation was with the lighting, with the lighting aspect of it, which it doesn't take as much resource with the way that they're doing it, and this will be something that's going to be used in the future as well.
Dude, mirror ray tracing was used in Spider-Man.
Right. But like now, it seems like because of the other I forget, you said it when you was breaking everything down.
Global illumination.
Yes, right. Don was making that point as well.
That was only in replays.
Right. But that is the situation where like these developers now can utilize it in certain aspects, ray tracing in certain aspects, instead of just going full blown like they were, because it is known as a resource hog.
Mm-hmm.
But it also just comes down to breaking down the whole situation of there's a lot of people that are shade tree, developers. None of us are developers. We want to talk about the stuff. We want to, because we know about gaming, but we don't know about the ins and outs about everything. We might listen to what some devs tell us, but it's a lot more complex than just having an idea, slapping some shit together, and then just thinking that the game is just going to run. There's just so many other factors within it. And so what Digital Foundry did was what Digital Foundry always does. Like, they always make these type of they do this to PlayStation, they do it to Xbox, and it just feeds their viewership. Listen, man, they don't have the tech to go in and to know if that is if they were deceitful or anything, because I did watch some of the video when they were saying, well, I feel a little bit misled or deceived. But listen.
Well, hold on. K-Mega, before you go there, Turn10 did come out and verify certain things. Like, they did verify that when it came to the trailer, those replays.
And before you even had to cut me off, I was going to get to the point right here to where, nobody should question anything because of this reason. Give me a Turn10 game that you felt was underwhelming. Tell me who does there's only, really, in all retrospect, think about this honestly. There is 2 studios that knows what the hell they're doing with the Xbox engine. One knows how to work Unreal Engine better than probably damn near anybody in the industry, and that's the Coalition. And then you have Turn10, who knows Xbox hardware better than anybody. That's why so many other
Playground games.
studios, Playground had to learn from Turn10.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can't.
I'm corrected. You're right, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So yeah, shut your old ass up. You had enough. Okay, so but that's the thing right here. Overall, it's like Turn10. If anybody has to question, you can question 343. You can question Ninja Theory. You can question Bethesda. You can question anybody else, but you damn sure can't question Coalition or Turn10. You can't question them. And Turn10 has done such a hell of a job of coaching up Playground. Nobody questions Playground now. Nobody's questioning them now. So again, when they say, yeah, we did this, okay, yeah, I guess that we did this off of the PC, whatever. And it's funny that the stands will come out here and try to give this thought or this notion. Well, Turn10, man, they be dropping, they be lying, man. They don't ever be coming out with no heat. Man, that's all Turn10 do. That's that, what I'm saying? Like, that's, to me, is like, bro, what you seen on that game is what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
On the console. There is no ands, ifs, or buts about it.
Well,
it's just crazy to me. Like, that's like you questioning the Coalition with the Unreal Engine. You know what I'm saying? Hell, they came from Epic. They came from Epic. How can you? Those people came from Epic. The people who makes Unreal Engine. How the hell are you gonna question them? Like, that's just what blows my mind. Like, that's like questioning Naughty Dog and saying that they're not going to deliver. That's like questioning Naughty Dog. You can question Polyphony because they haven't. Because if you go and look at what they did beforehand and what they've done now, yes, Gran Turismo 7 is a step up from Gran Turismo Sport, but is Gran Turismo Sport a step up from Gran Turismo off the PlayStation 3? And I would think there would be a lot of people that would tell you no.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Honestly, let's just be real about that. It's got polish, but does it really? Still to this day, at this point, and I know some people will roll their eyes all the way through the back of their head until they shit their eyes out. But this is the thing right here. To this day, can anybody just actually just say Gran Turismo 7 is the best looking racer on PlayStation? Because Drive Club still showed a lot when it first dropped. You know what I'm saying? And Drive Club looked better in some cases than Forza Horizon 2. But there was a difference because one game was on rails, the other game was an open world. But that's the thing right there that you got to look at. And you got to, and when you look at when you look at all the racers that comes out on Xbox, right? Nobody questions Forza. Nobody looks at them. People might like Project Cars better. There might be people that would like Gran Turismo better than because of what they'll say. It won't be because of
Cars.
It won't be because of visuals. It'll be because of the simulation aspect of it, because some people say that the simulation aspect Forza is too arcadey, but they never question visually. Nobody can't do that. You have to go to PC and then I forget the hell, I can't pronounce that game. That's that Corsa game.
Assetto Corsa.
Yeah. When you see that bitch on PC now, when somebody has a monster PC, now that thing looks ridiculous. That's sick. Or F1, those are great looking racers that can be in that same talk of Forza, but now visually, nothing ain't touching that. So if they were talking about mechanics, maybe then this would be a problem, or maybe sound a little suspect. But we're talking about visuals. And Turn 10, that's all they do right. Well, they do more than that, right? But I'm saying, but that's the one thing that you don't question, that you know that's going to be right, is the visuals. They're going to make that game look amazing. They know Xbox hardware probably better than anybody.
Dude, I gotta say, Digital Foundry, when they were talking about Forza Motorsport, what they did was they compared it to Motorsport 7. And, I can go in and play Motorsport 7 now, and it looks good. It looks good. I'm not saying like...
It's a big difference between Motorsport 7, though, the way that game looks.
Dude, when you see, like, next to it, when you see, like, the grass, and that's where they get that procedurally generated 3D effect, like 3D like grass and stuff like that. They no longer have to go in and just place the patches in spots and stuff like that. They let the procedurally generated kind of like engine deal with all that. So that's
you guys look closer at the trailer. You saw the grass blowing from the cars going by. You saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Right. That was nuts.
That's
like,
ridiculous, man.
This is exactly what this means overall, is that they know that game does not look better than the product that they half-ass cap for.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, you know what I'm saying? You see some people get up there and I'm not
kill
diminishing.
That hype about it, though. That's what they're trying to do.
That's exactly, because they know the thing that they always cap for is visuals. They're beat on the visual aspect of it. So now you got to go into the mechanics, and you got to talk about, the simulation aspect. And if Forza's nailed that to the point to where
the developers and say they lied to people, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like that's the thing to me, that where it is, it's fear. It's fear. They'll tell you, no, man, well, Xbox, how Xbox, you fear Xbox 50? Xbox is third place. No, they're not anymore. And then there was just something that I just seen on Twitter today, where the Xbox Series X and S outsold PlayStation in Japan.
That's
Japan.
Actually, Korea is about to be announced for that too, as well.
And you know what? And that is insanity. So PlayStation's pushing third place. Their biggest franchise, their used to be biggest franchise, because they show it semi-love. They don't show it the true love that Gran Turismo should get, in my opinion. But that's another conversation. When you look at this overall, I mean, this is the thing. Like, it's even while Halo is in the state that it's in right now, right? Do you see any other game overtaking Halo from the Xbox? Any game?
No.
Doom, Call of Duty will get more sales. Yeah, because
I think
Call of Duty,
Starfield will.
Starfield will not. Nothing is going to overtake
If you
Halo.
looked at
Nothing will overtake
it's a
Halo.
Fallout.
There's only
Dude,
one game I see that
There's
can do
no
that.
game
Do that,
that
man.
can overtake Halo on
Destiny,
Xbox.
Destiny,
you better
Destiny.
tell me I'm right later.
Destiny.
I gotta say Destiny.
No.
I swear to God, you better do it.
There's a different dynamic before this because Halo is so different than any other type of game. Starfield's a single player game only.
Yeah, but it has a mod community, dude. I'm telling you. And it's going to be on PC just like Halo, and it's going to be a mod community, and they're going to build a game within the game, bro.
Okay, bro. This is not a discussion. I'm not somebody else. You're wrong. I'm right. Get over it. This is the thing.
All right. You can tell me I'm right later.
Starfield, no, fuck no, because you're not going to be right. If that's the case, then a game like Skyrim would have overtaken Halo. Think about that.
You're looking at multiplat though. That's a different story.
Oh no. If you want to sit there and try to say, look at their biggest IP. Look at Bethesda's biggest IP.
Fallout 3 is one of the highest selling games of all time, bro.
No, they're highest rated, their biggest
but
title.
It's multiplayer. I'm not taking it.
But did that overtake? But what will people tell you? Will they prefer Halo or will they prefer Skyrim?
It'll be Halo, dude.
It'll be Halo, bro.
But Halo Infinite is not
Destiny, though.
It's not the same now. It's
Destiny,
not.
Listen, if
what
Destiny
are we
was
talking about?
Destiny's
well,
huge.
I mean, because I was trying to make my point, but you interrupted. But I just wanted to make this. So let me finish my point so you can understand what I was saying. It's that Gran Turismo was the biggest title for PlayStation all time. Spider-Man took that over. If PlayStation gave the love and dedication to Gran Turismo would still be the number one game for them, regardless of Spider-Man. That's just an added piece. That's just icing on the cake. You see what I'm saying? God of War is about to overtake Gran Turismo.
We're talking about PlayStation now. That's what I'm confused about.
All consoles.
We're
talking about Gran Turismo. You brought it.
Gran Turismo has no chance, bro. Like, let's be honest.
Because they don't show the appreciation that game should get. That's the point I'm trying to make. They don't give the love and attention. Right. That's why I was bringing up Halo, because Halo is Xbox's biggest IP. Halo is still going to be number one. Doesn't matter how many more studios that they acquire.
It's an infinite. That's the whole point. It's just like it's everybody says Forza Motorsport 8. Guess what? It's Forza Motorsport. That's all it is, because they're gonna keep updating it.
Yeah,
that's the whole point. Like a lot of people
do, though.
No. This is going to be the game for the next 10 years. Watch.
They said basically they're rebooting Forza Motorsport into like the structure that we're gonna see now.
Right.
There's not gonna.
And it doesn't bother me.
There's not gonna be sequels or anything like that.
They're not gonna be sequels. But back to my point, because I was trying to finish. This all I was trying to say was that Xbox has not is showed more attention and love to their franchise that's not number one overall for Xbox, but they showed more attention and more respect than what Sony has done for a franchise that has been well known and beloved by people that's outside of PlayStation's wheelhouse. You see what I'm saying? That's the point that I was just trying to make overall. Mm-hmm. That's why, and it's sad to me, but at the end of the day, look, it is what it is, man. I mean, the game could still be fun, but graphically, no, it's not going to touch.
Well, just real quick, K-Mega, again, with Digital Foundry pointing out that the trailer, not the demonstration, that the trailer said in-game 4K. And they're saying that's misleading because they're using the replay, like I said, the action scenes in the trailers whenever you're seeing the cars, when you're seeing the car go around the turn and stuff like that. Because they're using a better ray tracing for replays than they do for when you're actually in the game, the ray tracing for when you're racing, they're saying that is misleading to the gamers, the consumers. Do you feel that is in fact misleading?
I mean, what would be misleading is them not saying anything like Sony does, or just coming out lying, or that's misleading. Coming to them and telling people, oh yeah, no, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was a mistake. That's you know what I'm saying. It was running on this, and if anybody that watches or plays these games, they would know that they could trust Turn 10. So it's not misleading. That's just clicks, and that's people that are afraid to tell the truth about this racer is going to be a much better racer than the racer on that platform. It's just what it is.
Dude,
And it's not misleading because they did not say it was console. They just said in game. They didn't say anything about this is console in game.
Well, they said it was played on the series. This was
on their website, on the Xbox website. It said on the Series X.
On the Series X.
So, then that was misleading. Then. Yeah.
Well, they cleared it up. It's different than just saying like, well, you know what? We're going to make sure that your game that we're going to give our version of the back titles of Horizon Forbidden West and make sure that those games get ported over for free. Then come out and say, well, we'll only do it this one time. After that, we're not going to do it no more because we changed our mind. That's misleading.
Because we need the money.
That's misleading. Yeah, well, that's misleading. I mean, there's a difference of. I mean, if people want to say that that's misleading, I mean, that's just a mistake. I mean, if people want to say it is what it is, whatever. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not going to critique something that detailed because of a fanboy war bullshit.
See,
the fact of it is that
you
have to trust Turn 10. Turn 10 does not always deliver. If they don't deliver, then you can come out and bust their ass. But from what we've seen, it's gonna be the real deal.
Yeah, and again, for people who are just quoting one little thing from Digital Foundry, you definitely have to go and watch the whole video because there are a lot of things that they were talking about, a lot of things that they spotted, in the demonstration and stuff. Like they broke down like what kind of ray tracing is going to be in there
I don't care about Digital Foundry.
But like people are taking what they're saying out of context as well.
Well, if they're stupid enough to fall for it, let them be stupid enough to fall for it. If you want the game, get the game. Don't trust with your eyes. Don't trust what they're viewing on a video replay.
And with a trailer, you're gaining hype. You're trying to show the game in its best possible way. It's the same thing that Gran Turismo did as well. They went from being in the cockpit of the car, which was gameplay, and then they had a bunch of action scenes via replays, which we all know the replays do have the ray tracing in it, in their trailer as well.
I repeat, they did the same thing with The Last of Us when they were showing it. This is The Last of Us on the old one. This is The Last of Us on PC, But when the box came up, the PS5 and the PS5 other version, it didn't say PC at the end. So they did the same thing over there at Sony.
I got you. Well, we got to get Predator in on here because he is back. He had a phone call. I did see that in the chat. Now, Pred, I did call you before K Mega. All right, but like you said, you got a phone call. I just want you heard what I said. When it comes down to it, the trailer says in-game 4K. Digital Foundry says that is misleading because they were using replays, and then of course, when it comes down to it, which Turn 10 has clarified all this already, but when it came to the actual demonstration, they were running that on a PC. Again, I put out there that they were running that on a PC because they programmed that whole one camera thing to go in with no cuts and all that good stuff. That's why it was running on PC. But people are out there, and they're going to town with this, saying that Turn 10 was misleading, that they were lying to the gamers out there with what they were showing. I got to ask you, Pred, do you fall in that category? Do you think that Turn 10 was in fact misleading the public with their game that will be coming out next year?
Yes and no. I'll kind of go with the K Mega approach. Like when I heard him talking, um, Turn 10 has always been able to get the most juice out of this whatever console was out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who was the first person to do 1080p 60 on a console?
Turn
Who
10.
was it? Turn 10, right? With Forza, and they've always been able to push the limits with Forza. So I don't have any doubt in my mind that they're gonna pull out what they say they're gonna pull out of this game when it actually comes out. So like, whether it was on PC or rendered through PC and it was gameplay on Xbox, they kind of whatever you're saying they did. Like I have a lot of faith in Turn 10 doing what they said they're gonna do at the end of the day. With the assets they're gonna use for the console. Like and that's not like me putting a tinfoil hat on. That's just me going with the track history. I mean, they've always been able to do that with the consoles, whether it was the One X, the Series X, the One S. Like they've always been able to do what they said they were going to do with that console when it came out. 1080p 60, whether it was ray tracing, like now they're talking about ray tracing in game. Like if they said it, they're gonna fucking do it. So like I don't understand why people are, you know, questioning their ability to do this at this point. Like someone's saying they're slapping you in the face on Tuesday, and they slap you in the face on Tuesday. You gotta believe they're gonna slap you in the face on Tuesday from going forward on that point. And they've been able to do that every single time. They're like, we're gonna do this with this console. We're gonna get 1080p 60. We're gonna get ray tracing with these assets. We're gonna get ray tracing in the game. So like, unless they prove me wrong, I'm gonna have to believe what they say because they said they're gonna do it and they've always done it. So like, um, for the people out there, and look at it this way: even if they don't do 4K 60 in game with ray tracing, it's still going to look better than anything anybody else has done on console, regardless. Because the last Forza did that. Forza Horizon did that as a racer. It looked better than any racer that was out there on console.
Open world too, man. Like
yeah, and like I mean, and now you got a close track. Like I mean, like there's not much shit going on in the close track. It's the same track. You don't have to deal with and they have dynamic weather now. Like I mean,
and
come on. Like I mean, yeah. I mean, like yeah. So like I mean, like I'm gonna go ahead and go with them, and say prove me you're wrong before I say you're already wrong. Like prove me that you can't do it before I tell you you're not going to, because everything you've ever done with this console, with any of the games you guys have put out are it's been what you said it's going to be. So as far as them lying to us and throwing like PC stuff out there, who doesn't do that? Like how many times have we seen rendered on PlayStation 5 and then we get the in game? Like what they're doing with those kits, what's the developer kits? Yeah, like whatever they're doing with those, yeah, they're not lying. It was done on the PlayStation 5. It was done on the Xbox, whatever. But as the game comes out, they start pulling some assets out because they're trying to get the frames right. What you see, and we've known this, I don't know why people are acting brand fucking new right now. What you see at E3, what you see 2 years before the game's released, is not what you're going to get. We've known this for years now. Like, stop setting yourself up for failure. Like, we've known this has been going on for years. What you see then, the end result is going to be a lot worse than what you saw 2 years prior. So that's been going on for years. So, like, whatever you saw last couple of weeks ago, when it comes out, it's not going to look as good. It's not going to look as crisp, like, because they're trying to sell it to you. Like, they want you to see what it looks like in the best environment at that time, at the build they have. And then when the game gets ready to get released, they're going to take some assets out because they have to. To make the game work. It's just the way it does. If I'm about to say Kimega. If what's his nuts was here right now, he would say the same thing, you guys. Like he tell you, like, yeah, not Dark. Dark's not smart.
Don?
Devin Gamer guy.
Don.
Don.
Don. Yeah. Jesus, sorry, Don. If Don was here, he'd tell you the same fucking thing. Like what you get when they're making the game and what they get in the end result is going to be completely different because they have to pull shit out of it to make it work on a console. And the first thing they're gonna take out is some of those visuals. They're gonna pull some of that shit back, like that those 4K assets that you're looking at when they're looking at the shit on, on you're looking at the shit on YouTube video, from the Xbox event or the PlayStation 5 event or the PC event 3 years prior to what you're going to get on your screen is going to look completely different. Like at the end of the day, when the game's actually released, because I had to pull shit out of it. It's just like it's not going to work on these consoles sometimes, and the PCs they're building that shit on, there's going to be some super hyped up shit, and your Xbox isn't that super hyped up shit. So you know what? Let's take some of these shaders out. Let's pull some of this out. Let's do some of this. Let's pull this back out and make your game look more presentable. And your end result is going to be completely different than what you saw 3 years, like in 2018 versus 2022. So like we know that, and I don't understand why people are still having that issue with believing that at this point. Like, that last build you get, like the E3 before the game comes out, it should be pretty close. But like the one we're seeing right now in 2022 and what we get in 2025 when Forza comes out,
it's coming out in 2023.
The end result game is going to be a completely different. Like, just get used to that. I don't understand why people just are not getting that right now. But like, it's not a movie; it's a video game. It just has to work on consoles. Like, you don't want the shit frying your fucking Xbox or PlayStation 5. They have to tailor it down a little bit. So it's gonna get down.
PS5 will burn before
they wanna play movies. That's what they want to do.
I mean, it is what it is at this point. But like, everyone out there at this point should be smart enough to believe that, it's going to look like this. It's not going to. That was built 3 years prior before they even put it on the hardcore systems at the point. So like anytime I see something come out, I'm not really looking at the visuals at that point. I'm looking at like the gameplay, the mechanics, and what the story's like. And like, yeah, those graphics look really nice. And if you have a PC like me or fucking like Sir X Man, it might look like that when you get it. But if you're just going by those visuals that you see at E3 and thinking it's going to render in your console that same way, no.
Yeah, because if it's going to, I'm going to be like you, Fred. If it's going to slow my frame rate down, I'm going to drop that sucker down.
They're catering to two markets. They're catering to two markets.
Racing games, you want your frame rate.
For you and Sir X, it's like, okay, you got beast PCs. You invested in it. You did exactly what you wanted to do. And you're going to get you're going to make us be like, oh, come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
But remember, the Xbox gives you options,
I would rather have 120, plus frames on the game and make it look worse than to make it look really good and get like 30. Depending on what game I'm playing.
At the end of the day, we're all gameplay gamers. You want the gameplay. Yeah, at the end of the day,
you want the faster response time.
You want the faster response time. You're not really concerned about the visuals, because like I've downgraded games visually just because I wanted more frames out of them. But
it would suck to try and take a corner and you trying to push the button and it ain't hitting the corner like you want, right, Fred?
Yeah. Or the screen's fucking tearing and shit like that. Like when if you ever get a PC and you build your PC or you start playing PC games on a PC and you start seeing that shit, the first thing you're gonna do is tone shit back. Okay, maybe I don't need those foliage assets right now. Maybe I don't need those ray tracing elements. It's that
maybe I can put shadow and medium. You
know, you're gonna turn that shit down. So it looks nice when it's running on a fucking high-end PC that most people can't afford, and they're showing it to you at E3. But in real life, when you actually get it on your console, it's not going to look like that. And y'all
are going to be doing the hammer dance.
I will tell you that I am very confident that Motorsport is going to look like what they showed. When it comes down to it, when they're talking about like the 4K resolution, they're talking about an interpolation, basically one of those more advanced kind of like upscaling techniques that will register as native 4K. It seems like that's what they're using in this game.
So, well, let's be honest real quick. They're building it okay, like there's already been plenty of games that I could play at 120 frames if I have the TV, okay, could play at 120 frames for a while now from Xbox. And they're also building them for PC. And it's going to be more prevalent for PC. Like you're going to have unlocked frames, you're going to have all of that. So I feel like this is where Xbox is saying, okay, everybody says lately King of Western RPGs, not, Eastern RPGs, Western RPGs. Okay, you kind of can't deny that, all right? But then you go and say, man, are they king of the racers? Well, I think we're about to find out, all right? Because, I'm always skeptical. I look at things and I say, how good is this going to play on my Series X? Because I'm not a PC gamer like you guys, some of you. You know what I mean? Pred, but I feel like they're developing it for a PC gamer, and then they're, kind of downgrading it a little bit for us Series X people. But they kind of already did that with, Forza Horizon 5? I don't know. And I'll tell you right now, that game looks incredible on my Series X. So if they're going to do that forward, I have no problem with it.
The game's going to run the best of the equipment you own. Like whether it's your TV.
But also
whatever.
like what you said, Pred, like gameplay matters, and those frame per second and all these other things that are involved in it really mean something, especially to a PC gamer. And they are kind of catering to that. But if you think about this for a second, they're the king of Western RPGs. They're the king of racing games after Motorsport comes out. That's my thought.
In Horizon, you can on console, you can adjust the shaders and stuff like that.
But let's think about this for a second. They're also the king of multiplayer games.
I knew that was coming.
Think about it.
Well, I can
say Halo.
I can
Halo,
Turn
Gears. They've been doing this forever. Okay? They've released on PC and all these other platforms forever. This is all just like this natural thing that they've been doing. But you have to look at it that way, and you have to realize that they're playing a different game than PlayStation is. PlayStation's catching up. You can see that, okay? But their single-player games are one and done, while Sea of Thieves has how many people playing the game? Okay? So you look at that and you say, well, that's just basically a multiplayer game. Multiplayer matters, people. For the love of God. Get your head out of your ass, okay? Single player, if you like that, I'm cool with it. I got no problem with it. But I'll tell you right now, multiplayer, and you can play with PC, Xbox, wherever the hell you can play, as long as it's allowed. That's what's happening right now. And people are ignoring that. And as we get older and the kids get older, okay, they're going to take over our thought process. And guess what? I love multiplayer games. I do. I played Grounded for a reason. I played PUBG in preview for a reason, because I love multiplayer games. And I think you look at what Xbox is doing and you look at what PlayStation is doing. I want to see PlayStation bring out something that is their first party. First party's PC, PlayStation, whatever. I don't care about that. I want to see their first party bring out some multiplayer aspect. That's all you have to do. Just a little smidgen.
I was my turn to talk, and Crispy just took over my whole.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Chris was like, shit.
Go ahead, my friend. Go ahead. You didn't tell me to shut the fuck up. I'm good.
I was just like, damn, like, was it your turn already? I didn't know.
So,
So,
well,
Crispy, tell us how you feel.
it's
Well,
like,
I always go on rants. I mean, Sir X, I mean, you surprised me today, so
What? All I did was speak my mind.
you spoke your truth. Damn it!
so,
Yes.
Fred, do you have any more to add on this, brother?
No, I mean, I just
Okay.
shut down.
Well-
Let it naturally, organically hop in.
Even Don's waiting for motorsport because he got a whole bunch of new Fanatic gear, racing seed, all that stuff.
We're not getting.
He's
into,
ready.
We're not
Dude,
getting.
people
He's
are
waiting
doing
for
that
it.
stuff, dude.
I'm
They're
trying
investing.
to eat dinner. Yo.
Yeah, for real. Let's go.
Yo, for real. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now, man. Again, when it comes down to it, Turn 10. It's been said here through the panel. They're batting 1,000 with what they show and what they deliver. All right. So if they decide that they're using a PC, so this way they put in the whole one camera thing with no cuts and stuff like that, let them do it. You know, when it comes to replays, having better ray tracing and then putting that on the trailer, it is technically still in the game because replays are in the game. I can see I can see some people getting a little upset, but at the end of the day, you are getting a quality product. I think when it comes down to it, it is going to come out as the best closed circuit racer out there.
And it's included in Game Pass.
And it's included in Game Pass. You cannot go wrong with that.
Oh, you get dirty now.
But guys, there is pizza waiting for me. It was
Whatever.
waiting for me from the beginning of the show.
You got
It is
pineapple
still-
on it?
No pineapple.
No.
We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that, bro.
He's in basically in the realm of New Haven. New Haven pizza is one of the greatest pizzas ever devised.
Oh, so y'all put anchovies on it.
No,
I
fuck
don't
no.
have it. Nah.
Hell no.
No.
It's probably Kel.
No.
Some goddamn.
We got.
Some fucking
I
green
believe
shit.
we got a margarita pizza, and we have one that
A
has
what?
Yes.
A
yes.
what?
margarita.
That's called
cheese.
Italiano, motherfucker.
Cheese pizza with fucking
It's fresh
arugula
mozzarella.
on it.
It's fresh tomato, herbs and spices, and it is really good.
How the fuck
Basil.
is that a
Basil.
margarita?
Fresh
And-
mozzarella, fresh tomato, and fresh basil.
And it's great.
That's how you make a
Quick question,
margarita.
shouldn't the tomato always be fresh when you put it on the pizza?
not. I'm talking. It's like it's actually like sliced tomato.
Y'all can keep that shit.
Oh, it's great. It's
Oh,
great.
dude.
And then I believe there's I believe it might be sausage,
I said-
bacon,
Hold up. Wait a minute.
or sausage.
I'm gonna
meatball.
figure myself in the butt when I'm
And-
I'm so
and,
glad
that
K
shit.
Mega's voice does his thing is real low today because it ain't just blaring us out. It's been low all night.
Well, guys, let's wrap this up. Again, shout out to the chat for hanging out with us. This is something that has been kind of like, every time I look at Twitter and people are trying to claim this and claim that about Forza Motorsport and really trying to go out there and claim that Turn 10 is straight liars. These same people, shout out to Destin on YouTube who made a video about this, and these same people, he put up their tweets when they indeed thought, because Sony led them to believe that ray tracing was in game on Gran Turismo 7. He shared a bunch of tweets about these people saying, "Oh, look at that ray tracing in Gran Turismo 7," and then when they found out that it wasn't the case, that it wasn't in there when you were racing, they didn't have this
Sony
outrage.
is fake news. Sony
It's
fake news.
There was no outrage. There was no outrage whatsoever. They didn't call Polyphony Digital out. They did not call PlayStation out. They just accepted it, ran with it, and still tried to call it the greatest racing game that they have ever seen. So it's gonna be interesting. Forza Motorsport is looking to take over. There's a lot of technical things as well in terms of driving physics and all that good stuff that really has me excited about this game. But that
40% better tire modeling.
Well,
Mhm.
yeah. We're not going to get into it tonight. We are going to get in to the outros though, and I'm gonna start with Sir X-Man. He was the last one to chime in when I was saying so. Sir X-Man, what do you want to let people know about? I know you are a streamer, so you might want to let people know about your Twitch channel and where people can go to talk games with you, bro.
I ain't streaming nothing this weekend. I'm just gonna catch up on some games. If I stream, you'll be surprised. Sir X-Man 1 on Twitch. Other than that, everything's the same. Let's move. I'm good. Thank
Nice,
you
bro.
for watching the show.
Nice. Yeah. And next time, let's go to Pred, man. Pred, it's always fun to talk to topics with you every Thursday, man. Dude, you are an exclusive here on YouTube and this channel, but is there anything you want to let the people know about?
Oh God. Oh yeah.
Got that Master P ready for Dark next week. He shows up. So, no, man, nothing going on, man.
Oh my God.
Wow. Wow.
Lay us talk over that.
Yeah, he did
Oh.
talk over that. I heard that.
Oh, thank God we did.
Thank God the volume on the box is low tonight.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Oh,
thank God.
no.
Why Obama though? Yeah.
I don't know what I heard. I'm like, what? Okay, let me go ahead and add this to the collection.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
Lord.
Yeah, I got nothing.
That's Sir X new jam right there.
I got nothing, man. See y'all next week, man. Fuck it.
Nice. And
I'm in danger.
oh, I'm. How come I'm afraid of what's gonna come out of like K Vegas territory right now on the show? But let's go with Crispy. Yo, Crispy, bro. What do you got? What do you got for the people tonight, man?
Oh man, I don't know. Started off, not on the show, and then came back in here, and I apologize, but
Oh, it's all good.
I'm gonna say that on air.
It's all good.
I apologize. All right, bro. At Chris Bob on Twitter, Chris Bob 28 Xbox Live. We got Retro Renegade 7 p.m. Tuesday night. We got Primetime Gaming 7 p.m. Wednesday, and of course, you can find me back here on the next podcast 8 p.m. Primetime Thursday.
Time. Love it, man. Love it. And last but certainly not least, the man with the soundboard, the guy who's been here forever. It is.
I'm a little 14-year-old and my boobs are big.
How did he quote that and misquote that at the same time?
He did that. Yeah, he did. He did. You're right.
Yo, K-Vega, you got a show coming up tomorrow, don't you, man? What's going on, bro?
Shit. So it's together, and if you gotta take it somewhere, take it somewhere. Take it to the shit store and sell it, or put it in a shit museum. I don't care.
Fucking Rick and Morty, love it.
Get your shit together.
Yeah, get it together, gentlemen.
Oh, I can't wait for High on Life, man. That's gonna be a great.
Oh yeah, High on Life looks great. Anyway, yeah, GRG tomorrow. This podcast was too goddamn long tonight.
It really was.
Yeah, it was. Got some. How did Yobi say it? Naraka. I don't know. I forgot how to say the goddamn name.
Naraka.
You know what I'm saying? Download it, play it. All right, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Come and check out GRG.
Just whenever you're saying that name, just think about Baraka, but change the B to an N.
Baraka's like one of my favorite characters.
Okay, Naraka.
Okay.
Spicy.
Naraka. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We are live every Thursday, 8 p.m. On my work nights, it's a little more like 8:15, but it's around 8 p.m. Definitely come hang out with us as we discuss, the latest gaming topics. I really want to talk about the Forza Motorsport tonight, and I'm glad we did. If you haven't done it yet, hit that thumbs up button. Share the show out on whatever social media you go to talk games, man. Let them know that we are here and we are live every Thursday. Thank you so much for all the support, and we will see you next week for the next podcast. Have a great night, everybody.
Prime time, baby.
The voice of Master Chief, Spartan 117. And you're tuned in to Next Podcast. Now, wake me when you need me.